Hello, good evening, everyone. So let us begin. So at the outset, let me introduce myself. My name is Professor Arun Kumar Dubey, and I go by Arun. And I'm into academics for past 22 years. And I began my research journey in 2016 when I did my FDP from IIM Ahmedabad. And I'm a full-time research scholar at Pondicherry Central University, where I've submitted my thesis, and I'm waiting for my open defense very shortly. So probably by the end of September, I will be awarded doctorate from Pondicherry Central University. So I was in Somaya University for almost more than a decade. Then I shifted to Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad. And then I decided, okay, let me do something on my own and be a more kind of a freelancer. So I floated this foundation, Chalk and Talk, in the year before Corona, that is January 2020. And then Corona came and I conducted a lot of online sessions through my foundation. So yeah, again, I'm back after a span of 2 years. And in between these 2 years, I was visiting many colleges across India, many universities across India, and conducting session, particularly on data science. So I decided that once again, let me connect to my audience because I can't reach everywhere, but online is a medium where I can try to connect with maximum people as far as possible. So again, I'm back with my foundation, Chalk and Talk Foundation. So it's a 2 days workshop, and in this 2 days, I will cover light on various aspects related to social science, which are very important for the research community. Now, see again, so maybe and the more emphasis will be giving you hands-on training on R. So I send you a mail. I think on 5th of September it was Teachers Day, and I said please download R and R Studio. So if you have not downloaded R and R Studio in your machine, just see that video link which has been sent to you on the email. It's very easy. You can download R and R Studio in your machine. It is free. It is open source. Anybody can download it in any operating system, be it Linux, be it Mac, or for that matter, be it Windows. In every operating system, R function, it's free source. You need not pay even a single penny for it. The beauty of this software is okay. So now let me do one thing. Again, I want one person to volunteer because this is an online mode, and sometimes if light goes or internet goes, somebody should be there to stop me or remind me that we are on the same page. It should not happen that maybe I'm not audible, or maybe I'm not making sense to you. That should not happen. In fact, whatever I speak, it should be understood by each and every professor, researcher, or participant of this particular workshop. The idea is to share as much as knowledge to you so that everybody is on their own toe as far as research is concerned. So can anybody would anybody volunteer to be just a volunteer for me and just tell me that how am I going? Okay, so I want one volunteer in this group. So if you're willing, then I will nominate you, or I'll name some person who will be a volunteer. Volunteer in the sense he will like keep on reminding me that yeah, okay, everything is fine. It should not happen that light is going and I'm just speaking to the computer. So anybody would like to volunteer? Okay, so let me do one thing. Vishal, are you there in the group? Vishal, are you there? Vishal? Hello? Vishal? First of all, am I audible? Hello? Hello? Vishal? Okay. So we have Maliha Ahmed, and she is ready to volunteer. Okay. So Maliha, can you unmute yourself? Maliha, just try. Maliha?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I will let you know if there is any problem.
If any problem is there, you just assist me. And okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me share the screen. And first of all, I encourage maximum participation. That whatever queries you have, you can ask me. Yes. And wherever you like to intervene, you can intervene. I don't claim that I know everything under the sky, but yes, for past 5-6 years, I have been training myself as a researcher, and whatever knowledge and whatever wisdom I have acquired as a researcher in this journey, and which will be carrying on further, I will definitely be sharing with you. Yes, so please feel free to ask any questions. Please feel free to make your point wherever you feel so. If you think it is good for the audience, definitely make your point, and all ideas are welcome. Yes, no question is a bad question. Every question is a good question. Yes. So let us begin. So Maliha is there. She will be assisting me. She is a volunteer. So this is the topic that was promised in the flyer that was released, and the topic is exploring R for social science research. So I'll come to R later on. You take example of any software. Take example of SPSS, Minitab, IBM Amos, Smart PLS, Python, Orange, any software. Software is just a tool. You put data into the software, it is going to generate some of the other output. Yes. So learning a software, according to me, it's not a very big thing. Yes. And these days, there are a lot many content available on the YouTube. You can go and learn any software. Not a big deal about it. And many people they mistake it that research is data analysis. Data analysis, it is part of a research. What goes before data analysis is more important in research. I know a couple of my friends who are very good researchers, published in A star, A category, B category journal. Yes. And they're very good theory builders. They know how to build beautiful theory around the data. Okay. So R is just a tool. I am not very much obsessed with R, or for that matter, I'm not obsessed with, for that matter, any particular statistical tool. But yes, definitely, I will be giving you hands-on training on R. So, so so this particular session, or for that matter, first 1.5 hours, I'm going to speak about social science research, that what are the philosophical underpinnings to social science research. Let's focus on it. So this is my foundation, which I've been running since January 2020, Chalk and Talk Foundation, and I've conducted many workshops under this banner, and even as a freelancer, I've visited many institutes across India. So if I can proceed. Yeah, okay. So he's a Harvard professor. Yeah, and recently he was in news, and his name is Raj Chetty. And the good thing is that he's an Indian American economist, and he's a professor at Harvard. He's hardly 43 or 44 years old, and this person was in news very recently. He's a great researcher, and Raj Chetty, recently he has been honored with a prestigious prize, or award, which is known as George Lidley Prize. It's a very prestigious award given to researchers who have really made a significant contribution through their research. And he's just 44 years old, just imagine. And now what he did, see, uh, American, they always believe in the American dream. Yes. Okay. So now there are a lot many people who migrate to America in the pursuit for better life, better living, earning money, name, fame. There is Silicon Valley. People go and become entrepreneur. There are lot many things talked about America. So this fellow, Raj Chetty, he used big data, and he used big data, the data which was there. Big data means it's very voluminous data. Okay. So he used that data, and he said that the American dream, which every American talks about, it is now fading. It is now coming down. Now he presents data. So whatever he's presenting, it is backed by strong data. And see, data speaks for itself. You can't question a data. If a data says this, it is this. And an interpretation revolves around the data. So he said that in 1950, uh, an average American becoming a billionaire or achieving that American dream was 50-50. But ever since the time passed, let's say 1980s, 1990s, and today, now the American dream is fading. Now it is not that easy for an average American to become a billionaire or to become a very successful person in America itself. So the chances are fading. So he used lot many social indicators in order to support his hypothesis, in order to support his finding. And the cherry on the cake about this person is that he started his research out of his own experience. Now he comes from India, particularly from Tamil Nadu, somewhere near Madurai, and his parents were educated. So he talks about his family, that my mother was educated and my father was educated. So they migrated to US, I also migrated to US. So initially we were not doing that well, but over the period of time, I started doing well. So he achieved the American dream. But what one person, if a certain person achieves an American dream, what is the guarantee that every other American has the probability of achieving that American dream? So he started his research based on his own experience. So as a social science researcher, many of your doctors or would be pursuing your PhD, or many of your professors, best research starts when you bring your own experience into your research. Okay, I'll show you my thesis maybe tomorrow. My thesis is submitted and I've done a really rigorous job. Okay, so what I mean to say, you take example of any researcher across the continent. Every researcher starts with solving their own research questions. Every researcher starts with some or the other personal problems or personal issues that they are facing. So he was a migrant. Raj Chetty was a migrant. So he started with his own problem and he came out with a theory which is appealing to most of the Americans. And his theory, which is there in America, it is also applicable to Indian folks also. Okay, take example of Isaac Newton's gravitational theory. How this theory came about, an apple falling on the head. Yes, this was an example. So apple falling on a head, it was his personal problem. So from a personal problem, he came out with a universal theory. Okay, so just a food for thought before I begin, uh, before I delve deeper into the philosophical aspects of social science research. So just read about Raj Chetty, you will get interesting insights about his research. Okay, so let's set the stage. Okay, first of all, we all want to be a good researcher. Now, again, I will try to be anecdotal. I will give you my advices here and there, but in the process of me giving you a lot of advice, I will try to not to give too much of opinion. Yeah. See, first of all, do research for research sake. I have met many people across this country. I travel the length and breadth of this country, and I come across that people are hurrying for research just to for their promotions, for their career advancement schemes, or for getting a plum job. So people are going into research. Many people, they have this motivation. I personally believe that you should do research in order to satisfy your quest for knowledge. And before you begin your research journey, first of all, it is important that we should train ourselves to think like a researcher. How does a researcher think? So training of research mind or training of research brain is a prerequisite before you start your journey as a researcher. I'll tell you an interesting example that globally people do PhD, that is doctorate in philosophy or doctor of philosophy, whatever you call. Yeah, people do PhD. Now there is a global consensus that when you do your PhD and when you complete your PhD program, you are an independent researcher. So once you get a PhD degree, it means you are certified that now you can be on your own toes. You can do a research. PhD program is nothing but training your brain, training your mind to think like a researcher. Yeah, that's why please enroll yourself into good universities, in good institutes to do your PhD program. Okay. Now, how does a researcher think? So from micro to macro, let me put it simply, from micro to macro. Take example of Raj Chetty. He started with his personal experience, and then he came out with a macro level theory which was more generalizable. Now his theory is generalizable not only in America but also to many other continents. So as a researcher, you need to visualize the abstract from actual observations. When we observe things around ourselves, so we need to ask a question that if somebody is behaving, why is he behaving like this? Or let's say your boss is too bossy. If I can talk from organizational perspective, if the boss is too bossy, why is he behaving like this? If your boss is very uncertain, if your boss is very unpredictable, Why is he doing so? So when you observe your boss behavior, that is actual observation. But why does he behave so? What is the abstract going beyond it? Read some literature about what you call as toxic workplaces. Read some literature about abusive leadership. You'll come to know that why people behave the way they behave. Now, one theory talks about it that bad bosses are normally very high on task orientation. Bad bosses normally are very high on task orientation. They want their work to be done anyhow by hook or crook. So maybe your boss behaves somehow that is an indication that he is a task oriented leader. Now you need to check it. Then you need to collect the data. So that's why I'm saying that as a researcher, you need to visualize the abstract, identify hidden concepts and patterns. When I say you really need to focus that people's behavior, people's attitude, or for that matter, firm performance. What are the hidden things which is not visible to your naked eye? You really need to look after it. Now here comes the role of data collection. That first identify the concepts, see the pattern, and once you analyze the data, then come out with a generalizable theory, a theory that is generalizable, a theory that is more relatable. If I ask you a basic question on theory, what could be your answer? A good research always is built upon certain theory. Yes. And whenever you analyze your data, you use certain theory in order to validate your data. So theory is the soul of every good researcher. You read all A star paper or A category paper. I'm not talking about B or C. All A star paper and A paper, you'll find that either they are coming out with new theory or they are validating certain theory on their own sample. So let me ask a simple question. What is theory according to you? What could be your answer? There is no wrong answer. Whatever you say, we'll build upon that. There is no wrong answer in this class. What is theory? Anybody? Unmute yourself. Maliha, people can unmute themselves. Or at least you can unmute yourself. Maliha? Maliha, can you unmute yourself? Hello? Okay. Okay, maybe let me see the, I should build a rapport with the audience, otherwise it will not make sense. Okay. So let me see the chat section. Okay. So, okay, so Malia saying the host does not allow it. Let me check it. I have to check my settings first, yeah, because I'm using Zoom after a very long period of time. Let me stop sharing the screen. Just a second. I've allowed everybody to unmute themselves. God knows why is it telling that. Okay, you're not able to unmute yourself. I have invited everybody to unmute themselves. Okay. Malia, just try. Can you speak? Malia, just try. Okay. We are not able to. Okay. So there is a problem at my end. Let me check the settings. What can I do? Okay. Chat is there. Share, collaborate. Okay. Just a second. Uh, from my end, I've got this Zoom from some of my known contacts. Ask mute. Just try now.
Now,
Hello.
okay, sir. Now able to speak.
Now it's okay.
Okay. It was my mistake. Sorry. Okay. So let me share the screen once again and we'll carry on the discussion. Maliha, in the meantime, she will coordinate with all of us. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now just answer one basic question. Okay. There is no wrong answer. What is theory according to you? Yes. Anyone? Come on. What is theory? Hello. Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible? Hello.
Yes, it is visible.
It's visible. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Come on. Anybody? What is a theory? Come on. Let's begin. Dipti, come on. Let's start with Dipti first. Then we'll come to Vishal. Then we'll come to other people. Yeah. Come on. Hello. To put it simply, okay, when nobody answers, I should answer. So when I say theory, it's a causal explanation of a phenomenon. What is theory? It is a causal explanation of a phenomena. I'll give an example. Social exchange theory. This is heavily used in organizational behavior. Social exchange theory. What does social exchange theory tells? That people reciprocate good with good and bad with bad. If you do good to me, I will do good to you. If you do bad to me, I will do bad to you. So social exchange theory, it talks about reciprocation. Take example of one more theory, self-determination theory. What is self-determination theory? People like to be in their own control. People don't like to be remote controlled. Let's say if I try to remote control you, if I try to manipulate you, will you like it? You see, in consultancy firms and in IT firms, there is huge attrition. People leave jobs like anything. You know why? Because people want control over themselves. Nobody will like that somebody remotes control you, somebody overpowers you, somebody bogs you down with too much of work, and somebody puts you down. You will never like it. So now a lot of people's tendency to seek independence is explained through the lens of self-determination theory. Okay, let me put it very simply. Let me not use any technical theory. We all have heard need hierarchy theory of Abraham Maslow. Yes? Okay, at least in the chat section you can type. Maliha, you can just respond how many of you are saying yes, huh? Maliha? Okay. How many of you have heard about Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory? Let me put it very simply. Let me not use technical theories. Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Maliha, how many of them have responded yes? I'm not able to see so many things at one time. Malia is there or she has like left? Vishal, hello. Somebody should speak to me, yaar. Vishal, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Just a second, just a second. Somebody should speak, yeah. Okay, okay. First, tell me one thing. Are you able to unmute yourself? Yes? Hello? Hello? Where is my volunteer? Yes, but nobody is responding. Where is my volunteer? Okay. Volunteer, can you hear me? At least you should tell me. Because I am only able to can't unmute Amrapali. Amrapali, you can mute. You can unmute yourself. Amrapali, just try. Why this is happening? Ask to unmute. Amrapali, try.
Yeah, now I can. I think Maliha can't unmute herself.
Why is it so? Just let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I said this should not happen. Otherwise, we will. Malia, now try.
Yeah, I am only able to unmute when I don't know what is the problem. But
Just a second here. I have enabled everything. Ask all to unmute. Just a second. Okay. Jasmine,
So,
are you?
so once you are unmuting, if we are muting ourselves again, I think next time, for each time, we need to ask you to unmute.
Okay,
So
okay.
it is
What?
asking for permission each time.
Okay, okay. Let Arun, can you unmute yourself? Arun, just try. Arun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think now it's okay. Neha, can you unmute yourself? Neha. Then we have RRR. Very nice name. Okay, good. Okay, I want somebody else to unmute themselves. Anirudh, can you unmute yourself? Anirudh?
Yes, sir. Yes, now I
Okay,
can.
okay. So this is a perfect state. And where is my volunteer? Maliha. Maliha, you can unmute now? I think there is a problem at her end. Yes. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, doesn't matter. So in the meantime, you all please respond so that we are on the same page. So I was talking about theory. Yes. So when I say theory, theory is a causal explanation of a phenomena. Hope the screen is visible. Anybody? Yes. 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 Screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vidyadhar. Yeah. Okay. So when I say theory is a causal explanation of a phenomenon. Now, I was mentioning about need hierarchy theory of Abraham Maslow. It's a beautiful theory. By the way, it's very, let me tell you interesting thing about this theory. Now, Abraham Maslow, he came out with this theory in 1943. And the name of the journal was Journal of Psychological Review. And this theory says that human need goes in hierarchy. First, we have basic needs, then safety, security needs. I think these are basic theories, and most of you must be teaching in your class, Abraham Maslow's theory. And finally, he said that a satisfied need is no longer a motivator. Once your need is unsatisfied, an unsatisfied need will motivate you. But once your need is satisfied, it will no longer motivate you. बोलते हैं ना कि जब तक कोई चीज मिला नहीं है वो सोना है, जब तक कोई चीज मिला नहीं है वो सोना है, मिल गया तो मट्टी बराबर है. So this phenomena is explained by Abraham Maslow's need hierarchy theory. So there human motivation started. Okay. So now whenever you are writing a research paper, see to it that you use some theory to explain your data. And again, before collecting data, just ask a question: what phenomena or what human behavior I am trying to explain through my research paper. Mere collection of data makes no sense. So start your research by asking a question that which theory fits into my research. And once your data is analyzed, check it against established theories. Is my data in line with what other theories are mentioning? Then go about it. Yeah, okay. I have one of my professors. I consider him my guru. He's at IIM Ahmedabad, and he says that he gives example of Eklavya. How did Eklavya learn archery? See, Dronacharya, he never taught Eklavya the art of archery. He never taught. But what he did, he created a statue of Dronacharya in forest. He used to worship it and he used to practice archery. And one day he became an excellent archer. He became an excellent this bowman. And Dronacharya was surprised. So moral of the story, if you're writing a good research paper, yes, take some good quality journal or a research paper as a base paper. Start with those paper and see how they have written and accordingly build your argument. Yeah, okay. So start with some theory. Let me proceed. Okay. Now, Ranjita, can you mute yourself? Ranjita? Hello? Okay. So, Ranjita, can you mute yourself? Ranjita? Okay. So, some of the mental abstractions needed to think like a researcher include. Yeah. See, I have marked something in blue. Now, whenever you think that I want to do research and you want to proceed further, ask certain questions to yourself. Unit of analysis. What will be my unit of analysis? When I say unit of analysis, it could be either individual, it could be organization, or it could be at group level. Let's say I have collected data on organizational citizenship behavior. By the way, I am an organizational behavior researcher. So my dependent variable is organizational citizenship behavior. So I was studying how do healthcare associates, healthcare professionals or associates, they indulge in citizenship behavior. So my unit of analysis will be healthcare professionals. Okay. Now somebody might be interested, how do people behave in groups? So there the unit of analysis will be group. Let's say you talk about firm performance. Now there are many people who take a research and in their research they talk about firm performance. Now firm performance you cannot measure from an individual perspective. Firm performance you cannot measure from a group perspective. Firm performance can only be measured through organizational perspective. Yes. So unit of analysis, it could be either individual, it could be team or group, or finally it could be an organization. Then let's talk about constructs. Now constructs are very important in a social science research. Now, if to put it very simply, let me give you my example, my research example. I will be anecdotal here and there because This is how I teach. So when I was conceptualizing my research model, I was interested in understanding how leader member exchange, LMX, takes place in healthcare settings. How do people develop good relationship with their leader? So I identified certain constructs. One was psychological capital. Second was behavioral competence. Third was emotional intelligence. Fourth was LMX. Fifth was organizational identification. Sixth was organizational citizenship behavior. I'll show you my model, maybe tomorrow, not today, because somewhere it is there in my drive. So whenever you're doing a research, please identify the constructs which are applicable to your study. Please find the constructs which can help you in answering your research question. Yes, so you really need to identify constructs. Then hypothesis. Again, I say hypotheses are something that are testable. If you can't test your hypothesis, it means you have not conceptualized your constructs very nicely. So you really need to generate hypothesis. Operationalization means how are you going to measure? You know, there was a famous management guru, his name was Peter Drucker, and he said, anything that can be measured can be managed. If you can measure anything, it can be managed. Yes, if you can measure people's job satisfaction levels in a firm, then it can be managed. If you can measure why people are leaving in the organization, and the construct is attrition. Attrition is a construct. So if you can measure attrition, you can manage. Yes. If you can measure firm performance, definitely you can manage. Yes. So when I say operationalization, it means how are you going to measure those constructs? Let's say a researcher is interested in studying attrition in IT industry. Now in IT industry, attrition is very high. It is assumed to be very high. Yes. Now, how is he going to operationalize attrition? How is going to measure attrition? You know, before attrition, there is something goes before attrition that is known as turnover intention. In OB research, we talk about turnover intention. People simply don't put their resignation first. First, they think about resignation. They will think for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, maybe for years. I'll tell you an interesting example. I was at Somaya Vidya University and I was thinking of leaving that organization for past 7 years. And I resigned in February 28th Feb. So before attrition, what goes is turnover intention. You develop an intention that, yes, I'm going to leave this organization because I'm not finding meaning. I'm not finding value. My work is not appreciated. Maybe I'm not in good books with my boss, or maybe I don't like my colleagues, or my colleagues don't like me. I'm not getting the proper workload. So first you develop a turnover intention and then attrition happens. Yes. So this is how operationalization means. How are you going to measure attrition? Yes. Then you need to think of theories that why, again, if I talk about attrition, why do people leave organization? Why do people change jobs? Why do people hop jobs? Why do people switch jobs? You will find that existing literature is talking about certain theories. You know, these days, there is a trend that deprived meaning at workplace. People are not finding meaning in what they are doing it. So that because of which they are unhappy. And unhappiness is asking them to leave organization. So people are leaving jobs. I was just reading a beautiful news on LinkedIn, and it talks about that good teachers are leaving organization because they are not getting research environment. If you're not getting a research environment in your organization, there are no infrastructure facilities, there are no journal facilities, there are no softwares available, there is no money for you to present your papers in international conferences, go to IITs and IIMs, then you really get frustrated. This organization is good, it is paying me, but it doesn't give me the environment for research. I should really find an organization where definitely I get an opportunity to write and read and to publish my paper. So now professors are leaving organization because they are not finding that people are finding that their organization is not committed towards research. So theories, there are many theories which explain many behaviors. See those theories. If you're studying attrition in IT industry, which are the existing theories which have explained attrition by using those theories? And you'll find that different papers are using different theories. Just use one theory as your conceptual framework and then build your argument upon that. then you really need to develop models. Now people come with models. Now, as I said, first turnover intention comes and then attrition comes. So now here you have a model. Turnover intention is the antecedent, and actual turnover attrition is the outcome. Yes. So antecedent and outcome relationship, that is known as model. Yeah. Then there is induction and deduction. I need not speak a lot. Induction and deduction, I think in your textbook it definitely talks about. Induction means I will talk to 10 different people, and what these 10 people are saying, then I will generalize. So induction means, or inductive reasoning is like I will talk to 10 different people, or I will collect data from 10 different sources, and then I will generalize that what is the state of affair or how things are happening in this particular firm. Deduction means there is an established theory, and from this I'm deducing something. Deduction means there is something, a theory which is there, which is established, and I'm building my argument on that theory. So that is known as deductive approach. So when I say induction, it means I will collect data from multiple sources and then I will try to come out with a theory. So an inductive process is more like theory building, and deductive process is like there is an established theory, and from that theory I am coming out with my own explanation. So whenever you do research, these are some of the things that you really need to bear in mind. Unit of analysis, what are my constructs, what will be my hypothesis, how am I going to measure. Now whenever you're going to prepare your questionnaire is nothing but operationalization. So questionnaire is nothing but you are measuring, you're asking questions to people, and people are giving their opinion, maybe on Likert scale or maybe on yes no scale. So that is operationalizing. You are measuring theories, model, induction, deduction, all these things. So far, any doubt, any query, any agreement, any disagreement, or you are not agreeing with me, or maybe we are not on the same page, you have a different opinion. Okay. Can anybody unmute and just say yes, no, something? Or again, everybody is on permanently mute mode. Hello. I'm forgetting somebody. I'm forgetting name. Yeah. Like let me check. Okay. Let us be back. Okay. Anirudh, can you hear me? Vidyadhar. Hello. Vidyadhar. Bhumika. Jasmine. I think everybody is going unmute. Yeah. Like. Okay. Vishal, can you hear? Vishal. Not able to unmute. Yeah. Why this is happening? Yeah. As it is making sense. Okay. Vishal, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself, Vishal? Just try. Vishal? Vishal, just try. Can you unmute yourself? I think there's a problem. Ask all to unmute. Okay.
Yeah, now I think.
Okay. I think there is one tab. I got it. I really need to press this ask all to unmute. Okay. I got it. Okay. Galaxy J7 Prime wants to speak something. Yes, Galaxy, go ahead. Nice name you have. Okay. So by the way, I must tell you that 250 people, 260 people registered, and only 26 are there. So that's a very interesting phenomena. Yes, even this speaks a lot about how people behave for workshops. Okay, so Vishal is not able to unmute. Vishal, just try once again. Vishal.
Yes,
Vishal.
sir. Now unable able to unmute.
Okay. So any query, any doubt whatsoever here?
No, sir. It is going smoothly.
Going
Yes,
smoothly?
sir.
Okay.
As of now, we are getting it.
So once I touch R, you will forget everything. You will sit with me till 10 o'clock, because R is just a magic. But before R is just a tool. I want you all to understand the theory of social science. Yes, because simply data analysis will not break ice. It is not going to help you publish. Collecting data these days, it is very easy. Yes, people cook data also, but I would never advise to cook your data. Yes, make a sincere effort, run from pillar to post, and collect a high quality data. Let your data be just 250. It's okay. More than 200 data is a good data. But see to it that your data comes from authentic source. Your data is not cooked and you have done a really high quality research. Yes. Okay. So I think there is a problem with some mute and all. So what I will do, I will in between, I will stop sharing. I will talk to you all, take your queries, and then I will proceed. Yes. If anybody has any query, you can ask. The floor is open. Hello. Any query? Yes, no, either you have understood everything or you have understood nothing. Okay, by the way, most of you are professors, so we are on the same page.
We got everything, sir.
Okay, thank you, Vidyadhar,
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me share the screen once again. So once I share, everybody goes mute. I'll check the setting today, maybe tomorrow also session is there, and we'll have one-to-one interaction. Don't worry about that. And I normally build long-term relationship with people. Yes, and people save my number, I save their number, and we connect, and we'll see what we can do for the research community. So let me share the screen. So in between, I will stop sharing and take your queries. Okay. Okay. So now what we will do is that again a new yeah. Okay. So again a very important discussion. I'll tell you an interesting thing. In January 2016, I went to IIM Ahmedabad to attend a very top-notch research workshops, and people from foreign universities had come, and they were talking about the difference between high-quality research and high-impact research. And there was a big argument, and this argument happened for more than an hour. High-quality research and high-impact research. So, so everybody debated it out. I'll cut short the discussion. So, what is a high-quality research and what is a high-impact research? I'll tell you one interesting thing again. I was just talking to my friend and he told me, Arun, you research a lot. Huh? You are a good researcher. Who reads your thesis? You have published a thesis. It is lying in your cupboard. Dust. Uspe mitti gir gaya hai, dhul gir gaya hai. Who is reading your thesis? Yes. People publish papers. They get promotions. They get career advancement scheme. How does society benefit? So I told him an interesting answer. I said, see, what you're talking is nothing but the difference between a high quality research and high impact research. See, what is high quality research? You wrote a beautiful paper. Yes, you used very good theories. You had a proper research method. You analyzed the data with robust statistical tools. You came out with an interesting finding, and that paper got published in AMJ. That is Academy of Management Journal. AMJ mein chhap gaya. AMJ, by the way, it's an A-star journal. Huh? AMJ mein chhap gaya. My goodness. Okay. And you got citation also. Let's say over the period of time, ek saal mein you got some 1,000 citation. It's a big number. Getting 1,000 citation in 1 year, it's a big number. Now, this research, what will you call? You published a paper in AMJ, A-star journal, and in 1 year, you got 1,000 citation. Now, you will say that, okay, 1,000 citation, it's a good citation. So it's a high quality or high impact. So we had a big discussion. So I'll cut short the discussion. So high quality research is that you have published your paper. Okay, it's there. You got promotion, everything. And high impact research is that where your research is finding certain solutions. Raj Chetty's work using big data and talking about that American dream, it's a high impact research. His research is helping Americans to understand economically, societal wise, where do they stand? So there will always be a fight between high quality research and high impact research. Your research may be of high quality, but perhaps it might not be impactful. And impactful research is that research which really solves some of the problems. Or the company's CEO, by reading your research paper and calls you, come to my board, come to my board meeting and just enlighten us. You are expert in this particular field. Just enlighten us. How should our company manage its human resource management? Okay. So that is an impactful research where your research finds relevance, where your research finds relevance to the practitioners. So that's the fundamental difference between high quality and high impact research. Now it's a long argument. You all can agree and disagree with me. No problem. Again, at the outset, I don't claim that I know everything under the sky. I'm here to make my point. So now there are two things in research. There are two paradigms in research which you need to understand. Okay. So what I will do is that till 7 or 7:15, I will cover the theory aspect, and then we'll see high quality data, how to analyze data using our post 7 o'clock. Okay. So I'll cut short it's a 7 slide. In fact, if I start speaking, it will take me 2 days if I speak only on slides. So there are two paradigms in research. Please understand. One is positivist research and second is post-positivist research. Here I have used the noun form, positivism and post-positivism. See, what is a positivist research? Positivist research means that there are people who believe in positivist ideology. Positivism means that you believe in empiricity, or you believe in empirical data. You believe that research is that research where you can measure something. Just say what Peter Drucker said, anything that can be measured can be managed. So in positivist research, you focus more on measuring, capturing something. Yes, you focus more on hypothesis testing. You focus more on quants, that is quantitatives. In positivism, you believe that there is one reality and I'm going to capture that reality. Yes, positivist researchers believe that reality is one, such एक ही है, and I am going to capture that reality through my research. But post positivism believes that nahi, reality is not one. See, positivism believes that there is an objective reality. Reality is one that is objective and it can be measured. If it can be measured, you can do a good research. Post positivism believes that reality is not objective, it is subjective. Reality is not objective, it is subjective. So positivism and post positivism, actually there is a fight between objectivism and subjectivism. Now this is not a recent debate. If you read Indian literature, many debate has happened in Indian literature about an objective reality and subjective reality. Yes. Now to cut short, to put it simply, quantitative research, whenever you do a quantitative research, just remember the hallmark of quantitative research is that you have hypothesis, you use stats, and you try to test those hypotheses with certain statistical tools. So your quantitative research is a product of positivist ideology, because in quantitative research, you focus more on measurements. You will give questionnaire to people, you will ask their opinion, maybe on Likert scale, then you will calculate the mean, mode, frequency, everything you'll calculate. So your quantitative research falls in the school of positivist research, and your qualitative research, when the slide goes, I'll talk a lot about qualitative research. But by the way, I'm a quantitative researcher, but I love qualitative research. In fact, it's far more difficult to publish a qualitative paper than a quantitative paper. Stats which लगाना बड़ा आसान है, but एक qualitative paper निकालना और उसको किसी अच्छे जर्नल में publish करना, it is going to make you sweat like anything. So your qualitative research is a product of post-positivism. See, I'll tell you, मेरे काफी friends लोग हैं, वो बोलते हैं we do not believe in qualitative research. हम लोग उसको seriously लेते नहीं है. I was attending one international conference in Delhi, and somebody told that if your research has no hypothesis, if there are no correlation regression, if there is no structural equation modeling, तब आपने क्या research किया है? So one resource person was telling that. So I think maybe this is a very nuanced opinion. Now people take interviews of 10 different people, and then they come out with some theories. So qualitative research is more difficult to publish than a quantitative research. I'll give an example. You know this Darwin's theory of evolution. Actually, it was a qualitative researcher, and Darwin was an avid traveler. He used to travel length and breadth. So he observed the African continent, and he observed the American continent. He found lot of similarity between the edges of these two continents. So he came out with a proposition that there was a time when the Earth was one. The Earth was one, and later it got fragmented, and this is how continents came. So theory of evolution, which was proposed by Charles Darwin, in fact, it falls under the school of post-positivism, because he observed, he had his own interpretation, he came out with his own arguments, and he came out with his own theory of evolution, how man evolved on this planet, or how human beings evolved on this particular planet. It's a beautiful theory that he came out. It's a seminal theory. Seminal theory means a work which is done for the very first time, and it has really shaken humanity. Abraham Maslow, he just in 1943 he shook humanity by his need hierarchy theory. See, this is how people behaved, and he came out with a theory. Yes, okay. So that's always a fight between positivist researchers and post-positivist researchers. In fact, in 1980s, when qualitative research started picking up, quantitative researchers, they used to neglect them. Heck, you people don't understand research. Research is not, if there are no numbers, there are no research. If there is no statistics, there is no research. Always used to fight. Now globally, people are taking qualitative research very, very seriously. In fact, I have many professors in some prestigious institutes of India, and they are a positivist research, and now they are writing papers on qualitative research. Okay. So, okay. Hope yeah. So what is positivism? It holds that science or knowledge creation should be restricted to what can be observed and measured. So positivism is more focused on measuring, observing, that's it. But when I talk about post-positivism, so it started in the mid-late 20th century. Mid-late 20th century means after 1980s, which takes a position that one can make reasonable inferences about a phenomena by combining empirical observation with logical reasoning. So you observe and then you apply your own interpretation. So if I talk about post-positivism, where the roots of qualitative research lies, here the researcher is more interpretive. He interprets facts according to his judgments, according to his opinions, by talking to people, by observing. But in positivism, there is no scope for you to manipulate the data. There is no scope for you to maybe come out with your own interpretation. So that's essentially the divide between positivism and post-positivism. Okay, so let me proceed. So what we can do is that I'll take your queries later on. So maybe we'll have a proper doubt solving session. So maybe you can agree and disagree with me. Yes. Okay. Now again, whenever you attend some good conferences abroad or in India, in top-notch places, people always talk about ontology and epistemology of research. Ontology and epistemology of research. So what is ontology and epistemology? These are nothing but these are some philosophical assumptions that researchers have in their mind. हम लोग भी जब 2015 में मैं जब IIM अहमदाबाद पढ़ने गया, so everybody was talking about ontology, epistemology. तो हम लोग को समझ में नहीं आता था क्या होता था. And even when you used to Google it out, तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था. तो आज जाके पता चला कि ontology and epistemology are nothing but these are some assumptions that researchers have in their mind. So let us see one by one. So what is ontology? See, again, ontology and epistemology both are assumptions. Ontology क्या बोलता है कि how we see the world, हम दुनिया को कैसे देखते हैं. Does the world consist mostly of social order or constant change? World में एक social order है कि or the world is in a state of flux. Let me give an example. Let's say you are studying, let's say, healthcare organizations. So what is your assumption about healthcare organizations? Are they static or are they dynamic? Or let me put it very simply. Take example of academic institutes in India. See, I'm an academician. I'll tell you my view. You can relate it better and you will understand better. Whichever educational institutes I go in India, I find the head of the institutes, he's brandishing sword. मतलब इतना tough, इतना strict, सब जगह. ज्यादातर आप देखो ना कि जो हेड ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट होगा, एकदम वो बोलते ना, वो कौन सा कल्चर होता है उसको बोलते हैं मिलिट्री कल्चर. They are so strict. Faculty is 7 o'clock. They should be in lecture. Faculty's lecture plan, subject plan, सब time पे होना चाहिए. They very strict. They will call their people and start firing it. ऐसा भी होता है. So मैंने पाया कि जितने भी academic institutes होते हैं, ज्यादातर वहां पे ना strictness बहुत होता है. People are very very strict. At least particularly the HOIs, head of the institutes. So मैं क्या मान रहा हूँ? ये मेरा assumption है. And I have seen that also. मुझे एक बार किसी ने कर्नाटका में बुलाया था सेशन कंडक्ट करने के लिए. सो आई वाज कंडक्टिंग अ सेशन फॉर देम. फॉर इट वाज अ 2 hour सेशन on teaching and how to do a nice teaching and all. So one person disagreed with me. I completely disagree with you. Why he disagreed with me? Because he had an opinion contrary to me. His opinion was altogether very different. So if you take my assumption, I believe that academic institutes across India are safe. Now Vidyadhar might disagree with me, or for that matter Maliha would disagree with me, or some other participant would disagree with me. No sir, academic institutes are now changing. Now they are not that archaic. Now they are not that so strict. They are becoming more modern. They are becoming more people oriented. Somebody will disagree with me, but I have an assumption कि academic institutes एकदम. By the way, I'll tell you, मुंबई में मेरा एक फ्रेंड इज एन एंथ्रोप्रेन्योर. उसने खुद का एक बहुत बड़ा इंस्टीट्यूट खोला है. He started this institute as a protest against the academics that was happening in Mumbai. He was unhappy with the educational institutes role in Mumbai, and he started his own institute. Now he's doing very good, and there he used experiential learning and whatnot, different things. He has his own institute now. Now he says he sponsors certificate program, and he conducts lot many things and all. So he rebelled against the quality of academics that was happening. Okay, so now ontology means how you see the world. Do you see that the world is constantly changing? Is it changing, or is it like constant? Like how I give my opinion about academic institutes in India. I might be wrong, I might be correct. I'm leaving it for your judgment. Now what is epistemology? Again, it is an assumption, and it talks about, okay, whatever your assumption about the world is, now how do you approach? Will you use an objective approach or a subjective approach? If you are using objective approach, it means you are a positivist researcher. And if you are using a subjective approach, it means you are a post-positivist researcher. So epistemology and ontology both are assumptions. Epistemology decides that what will be your research method. Will it be qualitative or will it be quantitative? If you believe that reality is one and I'm going to capture that reality, it is a quantitative research. If you believe that reality is different to different people, reality cannot be one, then you will be more subjective and you will be a qualitative researcher. So your ontology and epistemology, the assumption that you hold, it determines that how you are going to pursue a research. Yes, by the end of the night, by 9:30, I think like 20, 30, 29, 26, 25, and the number is fading. By the time we reach 9:30, बहुत कम हो जाएगा. Okay, so based on ontology and epistemology, I'll wind up all this philosophical argument, but I want you to understand, because बहुत सारे जगहों पे इस पे डिस्कशन नहीं होता है, लोग सीधा रिसर्च करना चालू करते हैं. But you really need to ask these fundamental questions to yourself, that how am I going to pursue my research problem? Yes, so I'll wind up this debate. I know that it could be very, very taxing, it could be very, very tiring, but I'll cut short it and I'll come to the hour, because everybody is interested in that hour. That's why 250 people registered, and as of now there are 25 people, including myself. I'm the 26th one. So based on the ontology and epistemology, social science research are categorized as FIRR. FIRR. Let me put it simply. See this diagram. Okay. Hope the diagram is visible. Yes. Okay. Now, most of the social science research which is happening in India and abroad, it falls below this line. Either they are functionalism or they are interpretivism. Now, what is functionalism? You believe in objectivism and you believe in social order. If you believe in objectivism and if you believe in social order, so you follow you follow this school of thought, which is known as functionalism. And functionalism falls in the domain of quantitative research. Here, in functionalism, you believe that there is one reality. You believe in a constant world. So functionalism is a quantitative research. You believe in objectivism and you believe that things are constant. Like I believe that in academics, the environment is static across India. I'll tell you, the status of academics in India are not great. Unfortunately, private universities in India, they are minting money like anything. I'm sorry to say, some of you might disagree with me, some of you might agree with me, but private universities, they are just pleasing money from students without giving them quality. In fact, government universities, they charge less, they do a good job. ये मेरा opinion है. I might be wrong. You may come out with facts and tell me, so what you speak is nonsense. Ashoka University is doing great. Thapar University is doing great. Lovely Professional University is doing great. Somaya Vidyar University is doing great. You may come out with lot of facts and figures, and you can dispute my notion. You can challenge me. Nothing wrong with it. Academics is the only profession where you can agree and disagree. Yes. Okay. Now take example of interpretivism. In interpretivism, your approach is subjective. Yes, you believe in subjective reality, and you believe that that things are changing. You believe that social order is in change. Things are changing. So functionalism is quantitative research. Interpretivism is qualitative research. Yes. Okay. So let me go quickly so that we come to our research methods again. Quantitative research and qualitative research. Earlier, a fight used to happen between qualitative and quantitative research. Now there is no such fight going on. Yes, but in quantitative research, we use statistical tool, descriptive and inferential. And here role of R comes, SPSS comes, another Minitab, IBM, AMOS, Smart PLS, so many other softwares role comes into picture. But when you talk about qualitative research, here comes phenomenology. Now, what is phenomenology? Lived experience of the respondents. Yes. See, when you give a questionnaire to somebody, you might not able to get the opinion of that person. Now, whenever we use survey में कभी भी measurement error होता है. There is always a measurement error. There is no survey in this world which will capture everything that you want. There will always be an error in measurement. Now, when you talk about phenomenology, it is a method under qualitative research. Phenomenology में क्या होता है? You capture the lived experience of the respondents. Let's say you are researchers, you have certain problems with your university or for that matter with your guide. So rather than giving you a questionnaire, I will come and talk to you that Kirti or for that matter Vidyadhar or Vishal and other respondents, participants, that what is your experience about being a researcher in a university. So you will tell me 10 different things which I could not have captured in a survey. Yes. So phenomenology focus on lived experience, thematic analysis. I will conduct interviews from 25 people and then I will generate themes. Thematic analysis is similar to factor analysis in quantitative research. Then there is ethnography. Ethnography. I'll tell you, there is one professor in IIM Ahmedabad. His name is Professor Ernesto Noronha. He is a top-notch qualitative researcher as far as I have known him. He's a very good qualitative researcher. Professor Ernesto Noronha. And सर ने एक बार हमको ethnography research बताया था. Ethnography research क्या होता है? You go and live with your respondents. Ethnography research में you go and live with your respondents at least for 6 months. And you observe them, you see them, you document everything, and then you come with your own analysis. That is ethnography. I remember I in 2017 I presented a paper at IIM Lucknow. So there was one girl from IIM Calcutta, and she had done an ethnographic research. I'm not remembering it, but you go to Google Scholar, you'll come wonderful. You'll get wonderful updates about ethnographic research. Ethnographic research means you go and live with the respondents, and then you see their behaviors, their living style, and you delve deeper into a phenomena. Then there is a case study. Case study, again, it falls under qualitative. Case study means you will take one company or you will take one organization or one individual as a reference point, and then you will see, observe, collect data, talk to that person, and then you will come out with a theory by one person. So that is a case study research. Okay. So these are some of the philosophical underpinnings in social science research, which you should be mindful if you really want to become a good researcher. Okay, data types again. Now this is the second last slide. After that, we will. Okay, I'm early now. I'll cut short it, and so that we can focus more on R. Okay. So we all know there are 4 data types. Yes. Okay. So there is a nominal data, ordinal data, interval data, ratio data. Okay. So what I'll do is that let me focus on this particular thing. Okay. So there is a just a second. What I'll do, I'll just take my Microsoft whiteboard. So this is my Microsoft whiteboard. So let me cover in short what is nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, because my focus is to teach you quantitative research. Yeah, that's why we are exploring R for social science research, though R is also capable of handling qualitative research. You can do thematic analysis, you can do content analysis in R. That you can do it. R is mother of all software. In fact, the world is moving towards R. You and me should also move towards R. Yes. Okay. So now, hope the screen is visible. Vishal, can you say yes? Maliha, can you say yes? Can anybody type yes at least? Okay. 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 So screen is visible. Yeah. So now, please understand, because when I will be touching R, this question should not be there in your mind as to ये data का type क्या है. See, just focus on this mnemonics. N-O-I-R. Yes, NOIR. Just focus on this mnemonics. N stands for nominal data. O stands for ordinal data. I stands for interval data. R stands for ratio data. Yes. So when I talk about nominal data or ordinal data, nominal. So these are non-continuous data. Please understand this. Whenever when we will do modeling tomorrow we'll do modeling, predictive modeling, all those things. So we should understand that what is my data type. Nominal data. See, when I say nominal data is just an identifier. Okay. Let's say if I ask your gender. Now gender, you will say you are female, or you will say you are male, or others. Yes. Can there be a gender beyond this 3? Answer is no. Either you could be male, female, or others. Let's say I ask your marital status. Marital status. What could be the option? Married, unmarried, separated. या एक दो कुछ और आ सकता है, इसके beyond नहीं जाएगा. So when I say nominal data, these are identifiers. These are labels. Second is your ordinal data. Ordinal data are ranks. Let's say now in a college or university, which is the lowest, सबसे नीचे प्रोफेसर कौन सा आता है? एडजंक्ट प्रोफेसर. एडजंक्ट ये सबसे लोअर में आता है. एडजंक्ट, ये सब एडजंक्ट प्रोफेसर. हमारे कॉलेज में ऐसा एडजंक्ट प्रोफेसर हुआ करता था. एडजंक्ट. फिर उसके ऊपर क्या आता था? असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर. यस. आफ्टर दैट एसोसिएट, है ना? आई थिंक सम ऑफ यू माइट बी एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर. देन देयर इज प्रोफेसर. देन देयर इज रीडर. अभी पता नहीं रीडर का पोजीशन है कि नहीं है, बट जूने टाइम में रीडर का पोजीशन हुआ करता था. सो ये एडजंक्ट प्रोफेसर 0, ये 1, ये 2, ये 3, ये 4, ये रैंक है. सो ऑर्डिनल डेटा में क्या होता है? यू आर रैंकिंग. Even Likert scale, if I ask your opinion, how satisfied, if I ask you this question after this workshop, by the way, I'll take your feedback, how satisfied you are with Professor Arun's workshop? Professor Arun's workshop. मैंने एक ही सवाल आपको पूछा है कि आप मेरे सेशन से कितना सेटिस्फाइड हो, और मैंने 5 ऑप्शन दे दिया है आपको. यस, वेरी डिससेटिस्फाइड, डिससेटिस्फाइड, न्यूट्रल, satisfied, very satisfied. I will ask only one question. You see, Swiggy and Zomato, once you take their service, Ola, Uber, once you take their service, एक question आता है, would you recommend our services to your friends or relatives? एक ही question. Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Uber, once you have taken their services, 5 star आता है, they ask your opinion. Now, Amazon and Flipkart are also doing it. In one question, they capture whether you are satisfied with them or not. One question. So, ordinal data, whenever you are working with Likert scale, now just focus. As a social science researcher, you use Likert scale. Likert scale in order to measure people opinion and responses, because what is going on in people's head, there is no device available. If I want to know your weight, I will make you stand on a weighing machine. If I want to measure your height, I can take a measuring tape and measure your height. But if I want to know what is going on in your head, there is no instrument available. There is no device available which I will keep on my head or which I will keep on your head, and everything will be captured as to how you think. So now, Sir Rensis Likert, he came out with Likert scale. You ask 10 different questions using Likert scale, and people give their opinion, and then you come to know how people think and how people feel about a particular thing. Yes, okay. So when I say nominal data, ordinal data, these are non-continuous and metric data. ये बहुत गंदे quality का data होता है. Let me put it very simply. These are not that good data. Here, what statistics you can use? Here you can use only percentages, frequency, etc. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं use कर सकते. If your data is nominal or ordinal, you can only calculate percentage, frequency, etc. But if your data is interval or ratio, here you can use all statistics. Here you can use all statistics. Okay. So data types, there are 4 kinds of data: nominal data, ordinal data, interval data, ratio data. I'm not going into the details of it because the focus is more on learning R and not to cover all these basic topics. Yes, I presume. By the way, there is one beautiful book on research. Everybody should get this book in your library. Let me use a different pen. So there is a book by marketing research. It is not only restricted to marketing; it is applicable to all fields. Marketing research by Naresh Malhotra. This is a beautiful book. Please use this book to teach your students. Please use this book to update yourself. Marketing research by Naresh Malhotra. It's a beautiful book. Normally एक और book है, वो किसका है? कोठारी का. इतना खास book नहीं है. Research methodology by C.R. Kothari. Not a great book. But if you really want to learn research from scratch, you should read this book, Marketing Research by Naresh Malhotra. Yes. Okay. So let me see where I am now. Okay. Let me just a second. Okay, this is let me stop sharing and take your queries if any. Okay, let me okay, now you can unmute yourself and ask query. Okay, just try. Can you unmute yourself now? Jhumki, Kirti, Noor, Dr. Noor, Ranjita.
Yes, sir, it is understandable.
So hope I'm able to connect with you. Yes, Dr. Noor. Okay, Ranjita, we are on the same page.
Sir, yeah, I could see the page, sir. No issues. But the
Okay.
problem is coming with the unmuting issues only. But rest of the things, it is going well, sir.
Okay, so you're able to understand?
Yeah, I can get this.
Okay, Dr. Noor, can you switch off your camera, sir? Noor साहब, कैमरा बंद कर देंगे कृपया. What about Bijoy, Bhumika, Asil? My friend Saitu is there from Pondicherry University. Okay, Munni, Sunita.
Everything is going right, sir. It is understandable.
Okay. So now what we will do, we'll proceed with R now. So let me see, one more slide is there. I will cover this and then I'll proceed accordingly. So I think there is one more slide I think I should cover. Then I'll straight away jump to R because that is what I have promised in my brochure. So from the current slide. Okay, so these are the data types. Please understand these are data types. So if your data is nominal or ordinal, which is also known as categorical data, non-metric data, non-continuous data, here you can use only frequency and percentage. But if your data happens to be, if your data is measured on interval or ratio, then you can use all statistics, that is measures of central tendency and dispersion. In fact, inferential statistics and descriptive statistics can be applied here on interval data and ratio data. For more details, refer Naresh Malhotra's book on marketing research by Naresh Malhotra. Most of the queries will be solved. So let's begin with R. Okay, so let us start now. So let me do one thing. Let me go to my stop share and show you what is R. Okay. Zoom can't be minimized. So how should I go on my desktop? Just a second. Okay. Just a second. Where is my desktop? Yeah, desktop. Okay. So I'm on my desktop, friends. You can see this. There is one R software, R 4.3.1, and there is R Studio. Hope it is visible. Yes. Okay. Have I shared my screen? Jhumki, can you see my screen now? Hello. No, sir. No, I'm not sharing my screen. Just a second. Okay. Is the screen visible now? Okay. So what we will do is that, just a second. So okay. Hope my screen is visible. Yes. All of you just pay attention. Can you see this R? Somebody type yes. Type yes. If you can see R, see here is R. Okay. So, thank you, Jhumki. Thank you. So here we have R and here we have R Studio. Now, what I will do is that I will just take you to CRAN. Yes, CRAN. So see, this is a Microsoft Bing. You can use Google Chrome also. If you're comfortable with Google Chrome, let me connect with Google Chrome. Yes, okay. So this is Google Chrome. Yeah, okay. So now here I am typing CRAN, C-R-A-N, CRAN. CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. You can see this. You can see this thumbnail, or for that matter, this hand. So if I just click this Comprehensive R Archive Network, it will take me inside. Here it is showing that download R for Linux, for Mac OS, download R for Windows. There are 3 operating systems: Linux, Mac, and Windows. You simply need to click on Windows. If you click on Windows, so download hona chalu ho jayega. So R you need to download from CRAN, that is Comprehensive R Archive Network. You need to download it from here. I have given you the video in the email. Just see it and download it in your machine. Yeah. Now, if you focus here, there are so many packages in R. If I can click on this packages here, if I total available packages, see these many packages are there in R. My goodness. There are, if I can tell you how many packages are there as of now, total available packages. So till the time, see there are so many packages. I can give you a number also. Okay, as of now, abhi tak kitne packages hai? So as of now, there are 30,000 plus packages. Yahan pe likha, sorry. Currently, the CRAN package repository features 19,861 packages. Till today, every day this number keeps on changing. As of now, there are around 20,000 packages that are available in R. Mind it, R is one-stop solution. R is an umbrella. SPSS वो OLS मेथड पे काम करता है. Smart PLS वो पार्शियल लीस्ट स्क्वायर पे काम करता है. IBM AMOS एमिली मेथड पे काम करता है. जितने भी प्रोप्राइटरी सॉफ्टवेयर्स है खरीदना पड़ता है. SPSS you can't, or normally organizations buy. हम लोग तो pirated versions लेते हैं SPSS के. Now, this proprietary softwares, they are customized software. They can handle according to the algorithm which is fit into it. But R is an open source software. It can do each and everything under it. सब कुछ R कर सकता है. And that too, R is open source. Anybody can download it. Anybody can create their own package. But provided it should be accepted by CRAN. Yes, okay. Now, who started R? R के पहले एक S करके R के पहले एक S करके कोई सॉफ्टवेयर था. S language करके कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर था. S language. Then somewhere in mid 90s, Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman, they came out with this software called R. Ross के Ross Ihaka, R is the first letter. Robert, R is the first. So Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman, from their initial first letter of their name, the software was named as R. The software was named as R. So this is, I'll show you this. If I click on this, you can see this. If I click on this, this is the R base package. Yes, this is R version. Whenever you download, you get this R version 4.3. Let me hear it. 4.3.1 Beagle Scouts. So this is the version available of R. Latest version is 4.3.1. Okay. So this is the base package of R, and this is R Studio. This is R Studio. Let me open it. This is R Studio. This is R Studio. 4 windows. Again, here also you can see R version. Here, if I click R version 4.31 Beagle Scouts. So this is R Studio. Now, whenever you are downloading R, please note that you have to download 2 things. One is R and second is R Studio. So R you can download from CRAN. Sorry, R you can download from CRAN. So this is the CRAN website. Simply type CRAN, C-R-A-N in your Google Chrome or Microsoft Bing. You will get and download according to your operating system. Then once you have downloaded this, then do one thing. Again, sorry, I've minimized the Google also. Type R Studio in the R Studio in your desktop, in your Google Chrome. Open this R Studio and go and download, install R Studio. Yes. So whenever you are working with R, installing R, please note 2 things. One is R base package and second is R Studio. 2 things: R base package and R Studio. What is R base package? I'll show you. This is R base package. R base package looks like this, and R Studio, it looks like kahan gaya bhai? R Studio, R Studio, it looks like this. Now, what's the difference between R and R Studio? R Studio, this is more user friendly. The screen that you see before you, this is R Studio. देखो यहाँ पे R Studio लिखा है, R Studio. ऊपर सबसे top में, see my cursor, R Studio. This is more user friendly. But when you work with R base package, this is not that user friendly. When I was learning R, when I was attending workshops in order to update myself to learn R and all, so there were many statisticians in India. They were using this R base package, and it was so confusing, so confusing. समझ में नहीं आता था क्या करते थे. Because anyway, it's a programming language. You have to type, you have to code, and then you have to generate your output. Then more intelligent people, they use R Studio. R Studio is 4 windows. Okay. Okay. So now let me do one thing. Let me take your query now. Let me take your query now so that let us be on the same page. I don't want you to be confused after this. Okay. Let me ask all to unmute. Okay. You can talk to me now. So Galaxy J7 Prime. Come on, you can ask a query. Yes. You have raised your hand. Come on. Abha Goel, everything is clear? So which are the 2 things? Let me type it for you. Let me type it. Hope you can talk now. I have unmuted all of you. You can talk now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 2 things, just remember. One is R base package.
Yes, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay, thank you. So there are 2 things. Thank you, Abha. There are 2 things. One is R base package and second is R Studio. R base package, normally people avoid. Why? Because it is not that user friendly. You find most of the people, they go for R Studio. Second one, because R Studio is user friendly. It's very easy. You can do calculation in both the things. No harm. But remember one thing, without downloading R base package, you can't download R Studio. So if you're downloading R in your machine, first you need to download R base package. Second, then you need to download R Studio. Yes, you can ask a question. आपने हाथ ऊपर किया है? You have raised your hand, you can ask a query. Yes.
Sir, I have understood everything, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You can lower your hand. Thank you so much. Okay. So what I'll do, first I will show you R base package. Then what I will do, I will take you to R Studio. Now you can see not many things are printed here. Yes. No, मैंने share नहीं किया screen. I've stopped my share. Let me share the screen once again. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen. After 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour, I will ask you to ask queries. Okay. So let me share the screen. Yes. Hope the screen is visible. I presume the screen is visible. Okay. Now all of you just pay attention. So now how to clean the screen? Control L. What I will do? See this. I'm just typing a Control plus L. ये type मत करो. Just focus. Control L is the command to clean the screen. You need not type it. Yani from one hand you need to press Control and then press L. So if you press Control L, your screen will clean. Can you see this? I am sure some of you must be having R in your, or most of you must be having R in your machine. So how to control the screen, clean the screen? Control plus S. Press Control from one hand and then press L. The screen will clean. So now what we will do is that, okay, so here you can do, can you see this greater than symbol? This is greater than symbol, greater than symbol. After greater than symbol, you can see the cursor. You can start typing. Let's say I want to type. Let's say 743 plus 345. Can you get the output? Okay, come on. Anybody type the output? Type the output. Come on. Okay. So 743 plus 345 is 1088. Now let me do some subtraction. 678 minus 990. What's the answer? Minus 312. See, R is a super calculator. It can do very fast calculation. Very fast calculation. So you can do everything in R base package. This is R base package. So what I'll do, I'm not interested in R base package. I'll take you to R Studio because that is what you're going to use it. Now, how to clean the screen? Come on. See, okay. But before I begin, please understand. See, this is R Studio. You can see 4 windows before you. 4 windows. So this first window, see my cursor. This first window is script window. Here I will type my script and here I will execute in the second window. ऊपर से देखना. This is my script window where you can see the cursor beeping. This is my script window. This is my console window. This is my console window. This is my environment window. I can import data. I can import data in R from this particular window. Let's say I have 1 lakh data set in Excel file. I can bring that into R Studio. 1 lakh data just in Excel में 1 lakh का file पूरा इसमें आ जाएगा. What Raj Chetty did with big data and he got a Harvard little prize कुछ मिला उसको. Raj Chetty. He could have analyzed using R. I don't know what he has used. I'm yet to read that paper. But if you read that paper in the research method, he must have mentioned what methodology did he use in order to analyze the data. R can handle all big data. And this is the plot. This is the plot window normally. ये window दिख रहा है plot. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे tabs है tabs. बहुत सारे tabs है guys. बहुत सारे tabs है. चलो मैं एक विंडो आज आपको बताता हूँ. ये प्रिंट विंडो है. सिर्फ प्रिंट विंडो क्या है? प्रिंट विंडो देखो मैं जैसे एंटर मार रहा हूँ ना, the moment I'm pressing enter, no, enter. So you see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means here I can go and write my script. Okay. अभी यहाँ पे देखना. See how to clean the screen. Control S. See, let's say this is the console section. Console section. In order to clean, you need to press Control L. Press एक हाथ से Control, दूसरे हाथ से L. Console section will clean. So this section, no, the first section. See my cursor. This is your script window. इधर मैं script लिखूंगा और उसको नीचे console में run करूंगा. First is script section. Second is console section. In console section is calculator. इधर script लिखो और console section में उसको execute कर लो. ठीक है? ये third window दिखता है. Third window. This is your environment window. यहाँ पर import वगैरह करते हो ना, बाहर से फाइल अंदर लाते हो. When you click, हाँ. So that is your import window. And this is your plot window. Here you see files, plots, packages, help, viewer, presentation. यहाँ पे आपको बहुत सारे help मिलेंगे. Help भी मिलेंगे आपको. ठीक है? Files भी मिलेंगे. आपके जो files है सब यहाँ पर आ जाएंगे. हाँ.
Excuse me.
हाँ. Yes. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
Actually, there is only 3 windows showing in my laptop. So, sir, can I share my screen so
हाँ.
that you
एक
can
मिनट. कभी ऐसा हो जाता है सर. देखो ये ना ऊपर हो जाता है. ये देखो minimize, maximize का बटन है. इसको आप ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हो. ये कभी
sir, I have 3 windows. Sir, I have the environment window, and there is only one window to the left side, but there is a 2 windows on the right side.
Okay, तो ये इसको ऊपर नीचे करो ना सर ऐसा.
Okay, I sir got it. Just let me just do it, sir.
देखो ये मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज है। देखो ये विंडो ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हो आप। स्टोरी ऑफ 4 विंडोज। आई एम राइटिंग अ बुक ऑन आर, और मैं सबसे पहले आर स्टूडियो पे बताता हूँ कि आर स्टूडियो इज अ स्टोरी ऑफ 4 विंडोज। अगर ये 4 विंडो समझ में आ गया ना, यू विल बिकम मास्टर ऑफ आर। द स्टोरी ऑफ 4 विंडोज, 4 विंडो की कहानी। ये ऊपर नीचे जा सकता है, ऊपर नीचे जा सकता है। मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज बटन है, देखो ये पूरा गायब हो गया, ये इसको ऊपर लेके आओ। हाँ, ओके, कैन यू सी दिस?
Sir, I'm not able to do it.
ओके, सो हाउ विल यू शेयर? एक आपका नाम क्या है? व्हाट्स योर गुड नेम?
Sir, मनोज कुमार.
अच्छा मनोज कुमार, हम लोग एक काम करते हैं ना, वर्कशॉप खत्म हो जाएगा तो आई विल शेयर, यू कैन इंटरेक्ट विद मी।
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
हाँ, प्लीज बेयर विथ मी, आपको
Okay.
समझ में आएगा। मैं जो भी सिखाऊंगा ना आपको समझ में आएगा। यस,
Okay, sir. I'm here only, sir.
I think Manoj is able to unmute himself. Others also can unmute and talk to me if you have any query.
Actually, sorry to interrupt.
हाँ,
I
yes
also
sir.
I also got the same 3 windows, and I just clicked the plus button below file, so it becomes 4.
Okay, so Manoj, see, there is solution coming from Mr. Nagor. He is saying control plus दबाओ तो 4 विंडो हो जाता है, बट मेरे ख्याल से सिंपल है, ये मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज का बटन है। मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज का बटन है, दैट्स इट। Yes, okay. Now all of you just pay attention, pay attention, doesn't matter, आएगा आस्ते आस्ते। Friends, I'm not boasting about myself, but I have made people fall in love with R. Online lectures have their own limitations. You're not able to see, you're not able to build rapport with the audience. But whichever institute I have visited in order to train people in R and data science, and after me completing the workshop, people are on their own toes. Now, one of my research scholars, she is in IIM Mumbai, Niti. Niti now has become IIM Mumbai. So now I conducted one workshop in Somaya, I think February 2020. So now she, in her PhD, she's in IIM Mumbai, and now she's using R for a PhD thesis. So similarly, there are so many people in so many institutes. After learning R, they don't use SPSS, they don't use Minitab, they don't use IBM Amos, they don't use Smart PLS or Orange for that matter, whatever it may be. So they write their own code, generate their output, and they're happy with it. Okay, so just bear with me, थोड़ा पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा, ऑनलाइन है, ऑफलाइन होता तो मजा कुछ और होता है। ठीक है, ओके। अब देखो मैं क्या करता हूँ, सी देखो, हर प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज का, आर इज अ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, एवरी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में एक बटन रहता है। देखो इफ आई टाइप, देखो ये मैंने एक हैशटैग दबाया, सब लोग स्क्रिप्ट विंडो देखो, स्क्रिप्ट विंडो, इन स्क्रिप्ट विंडो आई हैव प्रेस हैशटैग, एंड इफ आई प्रेस 756 प्लस 343, यस मैंने ये लिख दिया, और इसको मैं यहाँ पे रन करता हूँ। देखो रन, एक सेकंड यहाँ पे रखा मैंने, क्या टाइप नहीं हो रहा है क्या? हाँ देखो क्या हुआ, let control this. Just all of you focus on line number 1. I have pressed 756 plus 343. If I say run, ये रन नहीं हो रहा है क्या? हाँ, बाद में रन हुआ। आंसर मिला? Did you get the answer? No. Why? Because hashtag है आगे. Hashtag is used for commenting. Hashtag is used for commenting. The moment you type hashtag, console will not read it. Every programming language, even Python में भी है. Python is also programming language, but Python is more for machine learning. ML वगैरह के लिए बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा होता है। R is exclusively डेटा साइंस के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है। R एनालिसिस वगैरह के लिए, डेटा साइंस के लिए R is master. So now मैं क्या करता हूँ, 746 प्लस 343 में करता हूँ, और यहाँ पे देखो जब मैं हैशटैग डालता हूँ ना तो कलर ग्रीन हो जाता है, देख रहे हो, और हैशटैग हटाओ तो ये ब्लू कलर का हो जाता है। यहाँ पे मैं कर्सर रखा और यहाँ पे रन किया, रन, देखो आंसर आ गया 1089। गेटिंग? सो इट मीन्स, एक बात जरा ध्यान रखना, अगर कुछ कमेंट करना है ना तो जैसे मैं यहाँ पे ऐसे लिखता हूँ कि बेसिक अरिथमेटिक इन आर, बेसिक अरिथमेटिक इन आर स्टूडियो। मैं पहले आपको बेसिक अरिथमेटिक दिखा दूं, बेसिक अरिथमेटिक। आर इसको रीड नहीं करेगा बिकॉज आई हैव यूज हैशटैग। अब 746 प्लस 340, अब माइनस करते हैं कुछ, 678 माइनस 876, उल्टा यहाँ पे टाइप करने का, यहाँ पे लिखने का रन। कितना आया आंसर? 198। कितना आंसर आया? 198 आया ना, 198। चलो मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, मल्टीप्लाई 56 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 78 4368। आप ये देखो यहाँ पे रन कमांड है ना, रन, इसको रन करके यहाँ पे आप एंट्री कर सकते हैं, मतलब यहाँ पे लिखने का और यहाँ पे इसको एग्जीक्यूट करने का। सी डायरेक्टली ऑल्सो यू कैन डू इन कंसोल, स्क्रिप्ट में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट लेकिन से आप मॉडलिंग कर रहे हो, हायर लेवल की मॉडलिंग कर रहे हो, तो वहां पे ना बड़े बड़े कोड्स होते हैं, तो लोग क्या करते हैं स्क्रिप्ट में लिख के उसको सेव करते हैं, सो दैट दे कैन यूज लेटर ऑन। मैं यहाँ पे स्क्रीन इरेज कर रहा हूँ, मैं स्क्रीन इरेज कर, कंसोल सेक्शन को मैं साफ कर रहा हूँ। साफ करने के लिए कमांड क्या है, कंट्रोल एल, ध्यान रखना, कंट्रोल एल इज टू क्लीन द स्क्रीन। एक चीज मैंने आपको बताया नहीं, फ्रेंड्स, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन, मैं सीधा पॉइंट पर आ गया, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन। ये आर के ऊपर ना बहुत सारे देखो टैब्स है, टैब्स, फाइल, न्यू फाइल खोलना है तो आर का कोई स्क्रिप्ट है खोल सकते हो, न्यू प्रोजेक्ट, ओपन फाइल, बहुत सारे, इसको जाके एक्सप्लोर करना, सेशन क्विट करना है यहाँ से कोई, अगर मैं ये दबा दूंगा ना कंट्रोल क्यू, कंट्रोल प्लस क्यू, या ये इधर दबा दिया ना ये बटन, तो यार सीधा गायब, बंद। स्क्रीन साफ करने के लिए कंट्रोल प्लस एल, क्विट करने के लिए कंट्रोल प्लस क्यू। फिर ये एडिट का सेक्शन है, डेटा वीटा एडिट करना है कुछ, या इसको एक्सप्लोर करना, ये कोड का सेक्शन है, बहुत सारा व्यू का सेक्शन है। अभी देखो मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं एक जादू दिखाता हूँ आपको, चलो ठीक है, ये व्यू है ना, व्यू, अभी मैं, मेरा ये जो कंसोल सेक्शन है ना, आई वांट दिस टू बी हियर, दिस कंसोल सेक्शन आई वांट टू बी ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, व्यू में यहाँ पे जो करूंगा स्विच, एक मिनट, स्विच टैब, एक सेकंड है, थोड़ा सा, एक सेकंड, व्यू में ही है ना, एक सेकंड एक सेकंड, एक सेकंड एक सेकंड एक सेकंड, यहाँ पे है, कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, हाँ, पेन्स, कंसोल ऑन द राइट दिख रहा है, पेन्स में कंसोल ऑन द राइट, देखो क्या हो गया, अभी देखो, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन, पहले मेरा कंसोल सेकंड विंडो था, अभी यहाँ पर आ गया कंसोल, जस्ट सी, ओके। और इसको मिनिमाइज कर दो, नॉर्मली ने देखो, दिस इज माय स्क्रिप्ट विंडो एंड दिस इज माय कंसोल विंडो, तो यहाँ पे मैं टाइप करूंगा, लेट्स से 678 डिवाइड बाय 89, और यहाँ पे मैं रन करता हूँ, देखो यहाँ पे आंसर आ गया। पहले मेरा कंसोल कहाँ था, नीचे था, अब कंसोल मेरा आ गया राइट हैंड साइड, तो यू कैन चेंज द कंसोल, कहाँ से, पेन्स में जाके, ये व्यू में जाने का, व्यू में, और ये पेन सेक्शन में वापस कर दो, कंसोल ऑन द लेफ्ट, देखो वापस वहां पे आ गए टू द ओरिजिनल साइज, वापस करो, चलो ट्राई मारो, कंसोल ऑन द राइट, राइट में आ गया, कंसोल ऑन द पेन्स, ओके, यहाँ पर आ गया, ओके, अगेन अगेन, हम साथ साथ है, हेलो नागौरी साहब, नागौर साहब, डेल, बाद में नाम आपने बताओ मुझे, तो डेल बोलूंगा मैं, समझ में आ रहा है, आर वी ऑन द सेम पेज, हेलो, आर यू ट्राइंग, बोरिंग,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay, thank you Kirti for responding, okay, now just pay attention, pay attention, whenever you open RStudio, friends, whenever you open RStudio, first step, change the directory, change the directory। अब देखो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, change the directory, मैंने यहाँ पे एक कंसोल सेक्शन में खाली कमांड लिखता हूँ, get with, क्या कमांड लिखा मैंने, get with, और मैंने खाली एंटर किया, क्या आया, कंसोल सेक्शन में, कंसोल सेक्शन इज कैलकुलेटर, यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा गेट विद, ये कमांड मैंने डाला ना, तो आंसर क्या आ गया, सी यूजर्स अरुण डी वन ड्राइव डॉक्यूमेंट्स, यानी मेरे जो सारे काम है वो यहाँ पर सेव हो रहे हैं। मतलब आप जो काम कर रहे हो ना आर में, कहीं ना कहीं पर उसका मेमोरी क्रिएट हो रहा है, एंड इट इज बीइंग स्टोर्ड समवेयर, सो ऑल योर वर्क इज बीइंग स्टोर्ड ऑन सी ड्राइव। नाउ आई डोंट वांट ऑल माय वर्क टू बी सेव्ड इन डॉक्यूमेंट्स, मैं क्या चाहता हूं कि मेरा सारा काम डेस्कटॉप पे सेव हो, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, देखो मैं एक फोल्डर क्रिएट करता हूँ, लेट्स से यहाँ पे एक फोल्डर क्रिएट करता हूँ, उस फोल्डर का नाम रख देता हूँ CTF, चॉक एंड टॉक फाउंडेशन, मैंने इस फोल्डर का नाम CTF रख दिया। अब मैंने एक फोल्डर क्रिएट किया, हाँ, नाउ आई वांट ऑल माय वर्क टू बी सेव्ड इन CTF, तब मैं क्या करूंगा मालूम है क्या, मैं यार में चलूंगा और यहाँ पे मैं सेशंस में जाऊंगा, सेशन दिख रहा है, सेशन, और यहाँ पे सेट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी, सेट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी माने मतलब I want to change this directory, I don't want my work to be saved in documents, I want all my work to be saved on the desktop, so I will go to sessions, सेशन में सेट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी एंड चूज डायरेक्टरी, चूज डायरेक्टरी माने कहां पर है मेरा, ये डेस्कटॉप पे है, डेस्कटॉप में फाइल का नाम है CTF। अभी देखो मेरा डायरेक्टरी चेंज हो गया, गेट विथ इज द कमांड टू नो द डायरेक्टरी एंड सेट विथ इज द कमांड डायरेक्टरी चेंज करने के लिए। एक्चुअली मुझे जाके लिखना पड़ता था सेट विथ सी यूजर्स, पर इतना मैं लिखूंगा तो भूल जाऊंगा, एरर दिखा देगा, तो सीधा सेशन में गया मैं, यहाँ पे सेट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी, चूज डायरेक्टरी, डायरेक्टरी चेंज करके सेलेक्ट कर दिया, दैट्स इट। अब टाइप करो गेट विद, हाँ, टू नो द पास्ट हिस्ट्री। कंसोल में आपने क्या टाइप किया था ना, अपर एरो की प्रेस करो, अपर एरो की। जैसे आप अपर एरो की प्रेस करोगे ना, तो आपको आपका इतिहास पता चलेगा, बैकग्राउंड कि आपने पहले क्या किया था। एंटर। अभी देखो मेरा डायरेक्टरी क्या हो गया, देखो मेरा डायरेक्टरी क्या हो गया। फर्स्ट मेरी डायरेक्टरी थी सी ड्राइव में यूजर्स अरुण डी, यहाँ पे अभी मेरी डायरेक्टरी कहाँ पर है, सी यूजर्स अरुण डी वन ड्राइव डेस्कटॉप पे एक फोल्डर है CTF। सो वेन एवर यू वर्क विथ आर, फर्स्ट स्टेप चेंज द डायरेक्टरी। डायरेक्टरी कैसे चेंज करते हैं, सेशंस, सेट वर्किंग डायरेक्टरी, चूज डायरेक्टरी, जाके सेलेक्ट कर लो यहाँ पे डेस्कटॉप, CTF, ओपन, खत्म हो गया। यस, अब टाइप करो गेट विथ। पहले गेट विथ टाइप किया था तो कुछ अलग आ रहा था ना, अभी देखो गेट विथ CTF आ गया, यानी CTF एक फाइल है, उसमें मेरे सारे काम सेव हो रहे हैं। और ये जो है ना, इसको इसको देखो, इसको मैं सेव करता हूँ। ये जो मेरा स्क्रिप्ट है ना, ये स्क्रिप्ट सेक्शन है, इसको आप सेव कर सकते हो। यू कैन यूज इट फॉर फ्यूचर। यहाँ पे एक सेव का बटन दिखता है ना, उसको सेव प्रेस करो और यहाँ पे लिख दो कि CTF ही लिख दो, खाली छोटा CTF, सेव। ये कौन सा एक्सटेंशन लिया, .r एक्सटेंशन लिया। जैसे आप वर्ड फाइल सेव करते हो ना, तो .doc होता है, एक्सेल फाइल सेव करोगे तो .xls होता है, वैसे व्हेन यू सेव r, वो CTF.r होता है। होप इट मेक सेंस। अभी देखो यहाँ पे वो फोल्डर देखो, ये देखो ये फोल्डर है, देखो इसमें ऑलरेडी एक फाइल क्रिएट हो गया CTF.r, यानी आपका जो स्क्रिप्ट है ना, स्क्रिप्ट यहाँ पे आप स्क्रिप्ट लिखोगे वो यहाँ पे सेव हो गया। होप दिस मच इज ओके। अब आगे बढ़ते हैं, थोड़ा बोरिंग होगा लेकिन थोड़ा बेयर विथ मी, पेशेंस रखना, क्योंकि पूरा एकदम एडवांस लेवल का आपको सिखाने वाला हूँ, डोंट वरी अबाउट। पहले बेसिक क्लियर हो जाए, आज का दिन मैंने बेसिक क्लियर रखा है। तो स्क्रिप्ट विंडो में आप क्या कर सकते हो, ये अरिथमेटिक लिख दिया है मैंने, एरर दिखा रहा है। यस, अच्छा, आप इसको देखो, आप स्क्रिप्ट विंडो में स्क्रिप्ट लिखो, यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूट कर लो रन दबा के। बट मैं क्या करूंगा, मैं स्क्रिप्ट विंडो नहीं यूज करता हूँ, आज बेसिक चीज सिखा रहा हूँ ना, तो स्क्रिप्ट विंडो में नहीं यूज करता हूँ। आज मैं थोड़ा सीधा कंसोल विंडो यूज करता हूँ। मैं स्क्रिप्ट विंडो को छुपा दिया मैंने, ये इसको ऊपर करके स्क्रिप्ट विंडो को मैंने छुपा दिया। चलो फटाफट हम लोग का बेसिक अरिथमेटिक करेंगे। ध्यान रखना, अगर मैंने कंसोल विंडो में हैशटैग डाला तो आर उसको रीड नहीं करेगा, चेक करना। देखो 343 to 342 प्लस 897, आर नहीं रीड कर रहा है। और वापस जाओ तो उसको पीछे जाके इसको निकाल दो, अभी पर आर रीड करेगा। हैशटैग डाला तो आर नहीं रीड करेगा, हैशटैग रिमूव करोगे तो आर कर देगा। माइनस करो, माइनस जल्दी से, चलो इसको माइनस ही कर देते हैं, माइनस एंटर। अपर एरो की दबाओ, अपर एरो की दबाओगे तो आपको इतिहास पता चलेगा। यहाँ पे इंटू करो, ये देखो आंसर आ गया। अब डिवाइड करो, चलो इसको डिवाइड करते हैं, हैशटैग डालो, ये स्लैश, ओके है ना। चलो स्क्वायर रूट निकालते हैं, स्क्वायर रूट का फॉर्मूला है 729 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या है, एनीबॉडी। देखो 729 का स्क्वायर रूट 27। चलो 144 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या होगा, अब फिर से कौन दबाएगा, SQRT, अपर एरो की लेफ्ट की से बाजू में जाओ, इधर लिखो 144, एंटर, 12। यस, अब लॉग भी निकाल सकते हो, लॉग ऑफ 10, 10 का लॉग क्या है बताओ, इतना है ना। ओके, चलो मैं फिर से इसको इरेज करता हूँ। इरेज करने के लिए कंट्रोल एस। व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ पाई, बाय द वे, पाई, पाई की ये वैल्यू है। हमको बचपन में पाई के बारे में क्या बताया गया था, 3.1.14। आपको पता है ये पाई किसने बनाया था, इट वॉज आर्यभट्टा। आर्यभट्टा को 20,000 का, आर्यभट्टा को 20,000 डिवाइड बाय ये नंबर करना था, कुछ कुछ तो था 20,000 समथिंग, 20,000 का डेसिमल निकालना था, 20,000 डिवाइड बाय समथिंग, तो वो पाई का वैल्यू आया। यस, ओके, सो पाई वॉज इन्वेंटेड बाय आर्यभट्टा। यानी ये जो नंबर है ना, पाई इंटू 20,000 में करूं, किस नंबर का आर्यभट्टा को शॉर्ट वैल्यू चाहिए था, तो उसने क्या किया, ये 62831 डिवाइड बाय 20,000 उसको किया और ये आंसर निकाला। पाई इज एन इंडियन इन्वेंशन, जिस तरह जीरो इज एन इंडियन इन्वेंशन, वैसे पाई इज एन इंडियन इन्वेंशन। आर्यभट्टा को इस नंबर का शॉर्ट फॉर्म चाहिए था डेसिमल में, तो 62831 डिवाइड बाय 21,000 इज नथिंग बट पाई। पाई का वैल्यू भी निकल गया। यस, ओके, कंप्यूटर हैंग हो रहा है लगता है आज। ओके, अच्छा, अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, देखो अब मैं थोड़ा हाई लेवल पे जाता हूँ। लेट्स से रिपीट, बोलता हूँ रिपीट 1/10 टाइम्स। Right? Repeat 1 by 10 times. Yes, let's say repeat 1 by 100 times. Repeat function है function. देखो इसने repeat 100 टाइम repeat किया है ना. ओके, थोड़ा हैंग हो रहा है पीसी. जस्ट अ सेकंड. बहुत सारे टैब खुल गए ना. लेट मी मिनिमाइज समथिंग. मिनिमाइज करने से थोड़ा सा क्या हो जाएगा कि फास्ट चलेगा पीसी. जस्ट अ सेकंड, जस्ट अ सेकंड. पीसी इज हैंगिंग. I have to do something. Okay, just a second. Okay, just a second. Just a second. हाँ, okay. सीक्वेंस बनाना है. सीक्वेंस, लेट्स से सीक्वेंस मुझे चाहिए. सीक्वेंस मुझे चाहिए 1 से लेके 100 का और 2 का गैप हो. सी, आई एम क्रिएटिंग अ सीक्वेंस फ्रॉम 1 to 100. हाँ, ओके. आप पूछिए, सवाल पूछिए. कम ऑन. यस, हेलो. हाँ, किसी ने हाथ ऊपर किया है. हाँ, पूछिए, सवाल पूछिए सर. डोंट वरी, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट व्हाइट बोर्ड पे मैं सारे कमांड आपको लिख के दिखाऊंगा. ये सब कमांड ड्रिवन है. ये कमांड मैंने नहीं बनाया, आर ने बनाया. उसको वैसे ही लिखना पड़ेगा. ओके, यस, ओके. सो ये हो गया सीक्वेंस. चलो अब एक काम करते हैं. इतना पहले देखने दो कितने लोग हैं. डाउट सबका सॉल्व हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. ओके, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन. थोड़ा एडवांस लेवल पे चलेंगे ताकि मॉडलिंग बिल्डिंग में हमको आसान हो जाए. गुड, आई एम हैप्पी दैट 26 पीपल आर देयर एंड यू आर मोटिवेटेड. ग्रेट. यस, मैं फिर से स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ, वापस आप लोग देखना. हाँ, ये मैंने स्क्रीन वापस शेयर किया. ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन. ये मेरा कंसोल सेक्शन है. पहले मैंने आर में क्या किया. आर में मैंने पहले बेसिक अरिथमेटिक किया. यस, हाँ, आर में मैंने बेसिक अरिथमेटिक किया. प्लस माइनस डिवाइड मल्टीप्लाई. फिर मैंने पाई का वैल्यू निकाला. पाई का वैल्यू ये निकाला. फिर मैंने स्क्वायर रूट निकाला. स्क्वायर रूट का कमांड है SQRT. ये फिक्स्ड है कमांड. फंक्शन फिक्स्ड है SQRT. अगर मैंने समझो ऐसा लिख दिया ना, स्क्वायर SQRE और मैं अंदर डाल दिया 144, ये क्या दिखा देगा. एरर दिखा देगा. मतलब उसको समझा नहीं. SQRT का कमांड क्या है. SQRT लिख के अंदर 144 लिखो. कोई भी नंबर डालो, उसका स्क्वायर रूट मिल जाएगा. यस, अभी चलो किसी नंबर का स्क्वायर करना है. लेट्स से मुझे 56 का स्क्वायर चाहिए. कैसे करने का. हैट 6 अल्फाबेट के ऊपर हैट है. 2 एंटर. लेट्स से मुझे 75 का क्यूब चाहिए. क्यूब मैंने 75 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 75 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 75. तो हैट है, 6 नंबर के ऊपर हैट है और 3 लिखो. एंटर. दिख रहा है. लेट्स से मुझे 100 नंबर को 4 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई. 100 इंटू 100 इंटू 100 इंटू 100 4. देखो ये ई दिखा दिया मैंने, बहुत बड़ा नंबर है. 100 इंटू 4. यस, ओके. तो आर इज अ सुपर कैलकुलेटर. आर के अंदर आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो. मैंने अभी बेसिक कैलकुलेशन आपको सिखाया. बेसिक कैलकुलेशन. यस, बेसिक कैलकुलेशन. मैं डाउट आपका लेता हूँ. डाउट आपका लेता हूँ. अगर आप लोग अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर सको तो अनम्यूट करके पूछ लो. यस, ओके. नहीं तो मैं थोड़ी देर में कुछ सेटिंग में गड़बड़ हो गया. कल मैं सेटिंग चेंज करता हूँ वापस. ओके, सो ये बेसिक अरिथमेटिक हो गया. अब देखो मैं कुछ एक अलग अलग चीज दिखा रहा हूँ. लेट अस क्रिएट वेक्टर. क्रिएटिंग अ, ये सबको समझ में आना चाहिए. ये समझाना आपको आर समझ में आएगा. क्रिएटिंग अ वेक्टर इन आर. वेक्टर इन आर. देखो जैसे मैं हैशटैग डालूंगा ना, हैशटैग आर उसको रीड नहीं करेगा. द मोमेंट यू पुट हैशटैग आर इज नॉट गोइंग टू रीड. अब वेक्टर क्या होता है. अगेन मैं हैशटैग डाल के लिखता हूं. वेक्टर इज यूज्ड टू स्टोर अ वैल्यू. वेक्टर क्या होता है. वेक्टर इज यूज्ड टू स्टोर अ वैल्यू. यस, चैट सेक्शन में कुछ कमेंट्स है. सर नॉट एबल टू अनम्यूट. नेहा, मैं थोड़ी देर में आपके पास आ रहा हूँ. नेहा, बहुत लोग अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे. मैं थोड़ी देर में आपके पास आ रहा हूँ. यस, अभी सब लोग जरा स्क्रीन पे सब लोग ध्यान से देखना. अब मैं आर में वेक्टर क्रिएट करने वाला हूँ. वेक्टर. अब जब आप हायर मॉडलिंग करोगे ना, हायर लेवल का मॉडलिंग, तो वहां पे आपको वेक्टर क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. लेट्स से मैं एक वेक्टर क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ इन द नेम ऑफ एक्स. एक्स इज इक्वल टू सी. लेट्स से मैं नंबर दे. एक्स इज 1:10. मैंने एक्स के अंदर कुछ वैल्यू रखी है. वैल्यू रखी है. एक्स 1:10. अगर मैं इसको एंटर करूं, एक सेकंड, एंटर. x इज इक्वल टू 1:10। जैसे ही मैंने इसको प्रेस किया ना, देखो यहाँ पर एनवायरमेंट विंडो में कुछ हलचल हुई, एनवायरमेंट विंडो में कुछ हलचल हुआ, यानी आर समझ गया कि अरुण ने x नाम का एक वेक्टर रखा है जिसके अंदर कुछ वैल्यू स्टोर है और वैल्यूज है 1 to 10। अब मैं खाली जब x दबाऊं ना तो आर समझ जाएगा, मतलब x के अंदर 10 वैल्यूज छुपी है, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10। यस। अब मैं एक दूसरा वेक्टर क्रिएट करता हूँ y। अब मैं y के अंदर वैल्यू रख देता हूँ लेट्स से 11 से लेके 20। अभी देखो एनवायरमेंट विंडो में देखना, आर समझ गया बाबा ये अरुण क्या कर रहा है, वेक्टर क्रिएट कर रहा है। उसने y के अंदर भी कुछ वैल्यूज रख दी है, y के अंदर वैल्यू रखी है 11 12 13 14 और वो इंटीजर है। अब मैं क्या करूंगा, अब जब मैं x दबाऊंगा ना तो मुझे ये आंसर मिलेगा, y दबाऊंगा तो ये आंसर मिलेगा। तो बोलने का मतलब वेक्टर आर में बहुत वेक्टर क्रिएट किया जाता है। वेक्टर इज यूज टू स्टोर वैल्यू इन आर। ध्यान रहेगा सबको, व्हाट इज वेक्टर? वेक्टर इज यूज टू स्टोर वैल्यू इन आर। ओके। अब देखो, अब जादू देखो, आर समझ गया है कि बाबा एक्स एंड वाई वेक्टर है। अब चलो एक्स प्लस वाई करता हूं मैं, आंसर क्या हुआ कोई बता सकता है? देखो इधर देखो, 1 + 11 12, 2 + 12 14, 3 + 13 16। देखा, इसने एक्स और वाई को प्लस कर दिया है। अब जस्ट इमेजिन अगर आप खुद से जाते टाइप करने और मल्टीप्लाई करने, कितना टाइम लगता था? आर ने आपका काम शॉर्ट कर दिया। जैसे मैं इसको सेलेक्ट करता हूँ ना, ये बाबा नाराज हो जाता है कंप्यूटर मेरा। फिर x, लेट से x माइनस वाई करूं, ये आंसर आ गया। सही बात है ना? 1 - 11 विल बी 12, 2 - 12 विल बी -10, है ना? तो ये आएगा। अब लेट से मैं x मल्टीप्लाई बाय y करूं, है ना? लेट से मैं x डिवाइड बाय y करूं, ये आंसर आ। सो बोलने का मतलब, वापस चलते हैं। पहले मैं किससे स्टार्ट किया? हाँ, मैंने बोला वेक्टर। अब हम लोग वेक्टर बनाएंगे। वेक्टर माने एक वैल्यू लेंगे, एक अल्फाबेट लेंगे, उसके अंदर नंबर्स भर देंगे। अब हमको खाली वो अल्फाबेट का वो दबाना पड़ेगा, बस पूरे नंबर नहीं लिखने पड़ेंगे। जैसे एक्स के, हाँ, जैसे ये आ जाओ मेरा एक्स के अंदर मैंने वैल्यूज रख दी है, फिर मैंने वाई के अंदर कुछ वैल्यूज रख दी है ना, वाई के अंदर भी वैल्यूज रखी है मैंने, ये देखो वाई की वैल्यूज। ओके। अब खाली एक्स दबाओ तो ये वैल्यू, वाई दबाओ तो ये वैल्यूज। अब एक्स और वाई को मल्टीप्लाई करो, प्लस करो, डिवाइड करो, कुछ भी करो, या एक्स रूट ऑफ वाई करो। देखो ये हैट वाई, ये देखो ये भी कर सकते हो। एनीथिंग कैन बी डन। सो अभी हमने दो चीज सीखा। सबसे पहले हमने क्या किया, आर में हमने बेसिक अरिथमेटिक सीखे। आर में हम लोग ने बेसिक अरिथमेटिक सीखा। यस। दूसरा चीज हमने क्या किया, वी लर्न टू क्रिएट, हमने वेक्टर्स क्रिएट की। ये दो चीज हमने सीखा है आर में। प्लीज गो एंड प्रैक्टिस हो। आज जब आपका सेशन खत्म होगा ना, तो जाके आप ये सब चीज प्रैक्टिस करना घर पे जाके। बेसिक मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि मैं 2017 में आर सीखना चालू किया, एंड टुडे आई टीच आर एट अ वेरी एडवांस लेवल। ये तो मैं आज बेसिक बता रहा हूँ, कल मैं एडवांस लेवल में आपको लेके चलूंगा, बट आई यूज आर फॉर एडवांस लेवल। इनफैक्ट एंटायर माई PhD एनालिसिस, मेरे PhD करने में 5 साल लगा है ना। रियली डन सिंसियर वर्क। बोलते ना कि आप अगर आपने अपना काम अच्छे से किया ना, तो अल्टीमेटली यू बिकम अ वेरी गुड मेंटोर। सो आई डिड माई PhD वेरी वेरी सीरियसली, और मैंने पूरा आर्मी एनालिसिस किया है। ओके। और भी उसमें मैंने वो स्मार्ट PLS नहीं, जो PLS SEM होता है, मैंने पूरा आर में कर दिया है। ओके। सो अभी हमने दो चीज सीखा, बेसिक अरिथमेटिक और वेक्टर्स। ओके। हाँ। ओके। अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, अब मैं आपको एक अच्छी आगे चलते हैं। अब मैं आपको मैट्रिक्स बनाना सिखाता हूँ। मैट्रिक्स सी मैट्रिक्स क्या होता है? मैट्रिक्स देखो, मैं यहाँ पर आता हूँ जरा, ये देखो ये मेरा है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट व्हाइट बोर्ड। इसको मैं सेलेक्ट किया, इसको मैं डिलीट किया। ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन। ये मेरा व्हाइट बोर्ड है, सब लोग जरा व्हाइट बोर्ड की तरफ देखना। अब मैं आपको एक मैट्रिक्स बनाना सिखा रहा हूँ। मैट्रिक्स, व्हेन आई से मैट्रिक्स माने क्या होता है? रोज एंड कॉलम्स। ध्यान रखना, मैट्रिक्स माने रोज एंड कॉलम्स। मैट्रिक्स माने रोज एंड कॉलम, मतलब मुझे क्या करना है, ऐसे आर के अंदर ऐसा ग्रिड बनाना है, टेबल बनाना है। देखो आप जो एक्सेल में डेटा कलेक्ट करोगे ना, अल्टीमेटली वो क्या होता है? मैट्रिक्स होता है ना। एक्सेल क्या है? मैट्रिक्स ही है ना। स्प्रेडशीट इज योर मैट्रिक्स, रोज एंड कॉलम्स है। इसको हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? ये सब हमारे रोज हो जाते हैं। यहाँ पे आप ऑब्जर्वेशन होते हैं, आपका ऑब्जर्वेशन नंबर 1 2 3 4 5 ऐसे आपके ऑब्जर्वेशन होते हैं। और ये जो होता है ना, ये इसको बोलते हैं कॉलम्स, यानी ऐसे ऐसे हुआ तो रोज, ऐसे ऐसे हुआ तो कॉलम्स। अब मुझे आर के अंदर ये बनाना है, प्लीज देखना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन। तो मैं कमांड लिखूंगा मैट्रिक्स इज इक्वल टू, नहीं सीधा मैट्रिक्स इक्वल टू नहीं लेता हूं। देखो यहाँ पे, देखो ये आर स्टूडेंट ने आपको हिंट दे दिया, देखो द मोमेंट यू टाइप मैट्रिक्स, आर ने आपको हिंट दे दिया, बाबा अरुण मैट्रिक्स बना रहा है, ये है उसका कमांड, ये मैट्रिक्स। तो मैट्रिक्स में डेटा डालते हैं, मैट्रिक्स डेटा क्या डाल, लेट्स से मुझे 1 से 1 to 27 तक का मुझे मैट्रिक्स बनाना है, 1 से लेके 27 तक, जिसमें लेट्स से उसमें 9 रोज हो और 3 कॉलम हो। देखो क्या हो गया, जस्ट सी बिफोर यू क्या हो गया। अगेन मैं इरेज करता हूं, ये कमांड है, देखो तो थोड़ा सा इसको यहाँ पे, मैट्रिक्स का ये कमांड है, मतलब मुझे मैट्रिक्स बनाना है 1 से लेके 27 नंबर, विच शुड हैव 9 रोज, यानी हॉरिजॉन्टल 9 होना चाहिए, वर्टिकल 3 होना चाहिए। सो मैंने एंटर किया तो देखो क्या हो गया, दिख रहा है आपको 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 है। ब्लू करता हूं तो ये नाराज हो जाता है, वैसे जूम में नाराज होता है, ऐसे नाराज नहीं होता है। ओके ठीक है, थोड़ा उसको शांत देते हैं सब लोग जरा। अगर इफ यू आर हैविंग अ मशीन, प्लीज टाइप मैट्रिक्स 1:27 एन रो एन कोल 31। ओके, सब लोग जरा ध्यान देना। अब मुझे ये मैट्रिक्स लेट से 1 से 50 तक का चाहिए, तो मैं क्या करूंगा, इसको 1 से 50 तक का ना, तो यहाँ पे कर दूंगा 1 से 50। अब 50 में कितना होता है, एक काम करो, मैं 10 रो ले लेता हूँ और 5 कॉलम ले लेता हूँ, 5 कॉलम और मैं एंट्री करता हूँ। ये देखो, ये बन गया मेरा मैट्रिक्स। मैट्रिक्स नथिंग बट एक्सेल में डेटा ऐसे ही होता है मैट्रिक्स के फॉर्मेट में। मैट्रिक्स इज नथिंग बट रोज एंड कॉलम्स। अभी कोई बोलेगा, लेट्स से कीर्ति बोलेगी, या फॉर दैट मैटर विद्याधर बोलेंगे, या कोई नाम मैं भूल रहा हूँ, सॉरी। नॉर्मली मैं पार्टिसिपेंट्स का सबका नाम ध्यान रख लेता हूँ, अभी 2 ही 3 लोग का नाम याद है मेरे को, ठीक है। सो अब मुझे ना ये रोज देखो ऐसा रहा 1 2 3 4, ऐसा नहीं चाहिए मुझे, रोज ऐसा चाहिए, मतलब ऐसा एक एक रो वाइज चाहिए। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान देना, बाय रो इक्वल टू ट्रू कर दूंगा मैं। देखो क्या हो गया, क्या फर्क हुआ, ये मैट्रिक्स में और ये मैट्रिक्स में क्या फर्क है। यहाँ पे 1 2 3 ऐसा रो वाइज था, 1 2 3, यहाँ पे देखो ये 1 2 3 ऐसा कॉलम वाइज है, तो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 है ना, ये फर्क है। मैं वापस इरेज करता हूँ, वापस चलता हूँ। देखो पहले मैंने क्या किया, ये मैंने मैट्रिक्स बनाया, सी 1 2 3 कैसा लिखा है, 1 2 3 4 ऐसा ऊपर से नीचे आ रहा है, मुझे ऐसा नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा चाहिए 1 2 3 4 ऐसा चले, ऐसे जिगजैग चले ऐसे। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, अपर एरो की का प्रेस करूंगा, अपर एरो की प्रेस किया तो हिस्ट्री रिपीट हो जाएगा, और यहाँ पे खाली बाय रो इक्वल टू टी, और यहाँ पे मैंने एंटर मारा, देखो क्या हो गया, ये बन गया मेरा मैट्रिक्स। अच्छा, और एक काम करते हैं, अब ये जो मैट्रिक्स है ना, मैट्रिक्स इसको मैं रख देता हूं ए में। ए क्या हो गया, चलो कोई टाइप करके बताओ, व्हाट इज ए। देखो यहाँ पर ए आ गया, दिख रहा है ए, व्हाट इज ए, कम ऑन, कौन बताएगा व्हाट इज ए, व्हाट इज ए। ए इज अ वेक्टर, ए इज अ वेरी गुड मलिया, वेरी गुड, कीप इट अप मलिया, वेरी नाइस वेरी नाइस। देखो कुछ लोग बहुत एक्टिव होते हैं ऑनलाइन में भी, एंड दीज पीपल लर्न मलिया, आई गारंटी यू, यू विल लर्न वेरी नाइसली। ओके सुनीता वेक्टर, वेरी गुड। अच्छा अब सब लोग देखना, अब मैं जब ए दबाऊंगा ना, ए, तो आर समझ जाएगा बाबा ए इज अ वेक्टर। ए के अंदर अरुण ने मैट्रिक्स का पूरा झोल जाल रखा है, ऑल मैट्रिक्स का जो भी कैलकुलेशन है इट इज फिटेड इनटू ए, और जैसे ए दबाया तो आंसर आ गया। गेटिंग सिंपल। अच्छा अभी कोई बोलेगा ना, अभी ये तो छोटा मैट्रिक्स है, अभी लेट्स से देयर आर 200 रोज एंड 500 कॉलम्स, लेट्स जस्ट अज्यूम, ऐसे मन में नंबर आ गया 200 रोज 500 कॉलम्स। अब उसमें से एक नंबर निकालना है मुझे, कैसे निकालूंगा, अभी देखो यहाँ पे, अब मुझे बोलना है, अब मुझे जानना है ना कि ये 18 नंबर देता है, 18 नंबर, ये मुझे निकालना है, कैसे निकालूंगा। तो मैं क्या करूंगा, ए बॉक्स ब्रैकेट अब ये जो 18 है, 18 नंबर कहां पर है? अगर आप ये 18 नंबर देखोगे ना, 18 नंबर, तो ये 4th रो और 3rd कॉलम में। तो यहाँ पे क्या टाइप करने का, पहले रोज आता है फिर कॉलम आता है, एंटर 18। एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो आप। मतलब अगर आपने वेक्टर क्रिएट किया है तब आप कोई भी नंबर को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो। लेट्स से किसी को ये 50 नंबर, ये नंबर निकालना है, कैसे निकालोगे? देखो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, हायर मॉडलिंग में काम आएगा। 15 नंबर को कैसा निकालने का, ऊपर जाने का, बैक जाके इरेज करने का, इरेज करने का। चलो 50 कहां पर है? 50 है 10वें रो में। देखो पहला रो आएगा, बाद में कॉलम आएगा, रोज एंड कॉलम्स। तो पहला 10, बाद में कॉलम कितना है? 5। आंसर देखो 50 आ गया। अगर मैं इसको उल्टा कर दिया ना, कोई बोलेगा पहला कॉलम लिख दिया बाद में 10 लिख दिया, तो ये आंसर गलत आ जाएगा, ये बोलेगा आउट ऑफ बाउंड से। सो बॉक्स ब्रैकेट से यू कैन एक्सट्रैक्ट अ पर्टिकुलर नंबर। समझा? तो अभी तक हमने क्या क्या किया, क्विकली रिवीजन। फर्स्ट हमने बेसिक अरिथमेटिक किया आर के अंदर। हमने क्या किया? बेसिक, शॉर्ट में फटाक से जल्दी से रिवाइज करते चलेंगे, नहीं तो हम लोग सब भूल जाएंगे। हम लोगों ने पहला बेसिक अरिथमेटिक किया, अरिथमेटिक किया। फिर हमने क्या किया? वेक्टर क्रिएट किया, वेक्टर इज यूज्ड टू स्टोर वैल्यू। फिर हमने क्या सीखा? मैट्रिक्स फंक्शन सीखा, मैट्रिक्स। ये 3 चीज हमने सीखा है। ओके अभी देखो ना, इफ यू फोकस ऑन द एनवायरमेंट सेक्शन में 3 वेक्टर है, ए एक्स वाई। इसको मैं हटा सकता हूँ? हाँ। देखो अगर एक आरएम करके कमांड है, रिमूव, अगर मैं रिमूव ए कर दिया ना, ए, तो ए, देखो यहां से ए गायब हो गया। अब ए दबाओ, ऑब्जेक्ट ए नॉट फाउंड। तो यहाँ पे ना कभी कभार आप बहुत सारे वेक्टर क्रिएट कर देते हो, एंड लेट्स से यू वांट टू रिमूव दोस वेक्टर, तो कमांड है आरएम ए वाई। अब ए दबाओगे ना, आर बोलेगा एरर है, ए नाम का कोई चीज है ही नहीं। वापस असाइन करने के लिए आपको ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा। अब देखो वापस ए आ गया, वापस ए को निकालना है तो अपर एरो की। अच्छा ये एक्स वाई को साथ में निकाल सकते हैं? निकाल सकते हैं बराबर। आर एम एक्स कॉमा वाई एक साथ सब गायब, एक साथ सब गायब, यानी पूरा वेक्टर यहाँ पे साफ हो गया। अभी आप ए दबाओ, एरर। आप एक्स दबाओ, एरर। वाई दबाओ, एरर। गेटिंग? सब निकल गया, आर साफ हो गया। यानी वेक्टर माने आप आर को मेमोरी दे देते, बाबा ये मेरा वैल्यू है, संभाल के रखना, बाद में मैं इसको यूज करूंगा। और रिमूव कर दिया तो आर बोला बाबा भूल गया मैं, ऐसा कुछ नाम का कोई वेक्टर वगैरह नहीं है। यस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अभी 4th चीज है वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन। आई एम हैप्पी दैट कि क्राउड बरोबर 25 है, 25 के नीचे नहीं जा रहा है। लाइक पीपल आर वेरी एंथुसियास्ट, और मुझे मालूम है आप लोग आर अपने पैर पे ले लोगे। गुड। कभी आपसे ऑफलाइन में इंटरेक्ट करने का मौका मिलेगा तो करूंगा आपसे इंटरेक्शन। चलो लेट अस स्टार्ट। अभी देखो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, एक नया फॉर्मूला, डेटा फ्रेम। अभी आप लोग बोलोगे सर आप याद कैसे रखते हो ये सारे, इतने सारे फंक्शन वगैरह? कुछ नहीं है, खाली ऐसा टाइप करने का, क्वेश्चन मार्क MATRIX मैट्रिक्स। ये देखो यहाँ पे पूरा आ गया, हेल्प विंडो ना आ गया है, ये पूरा बताएगा कैसे लिखने का। पूरा पढ़ो, देखो यहाँ पे पूरा बताया इसको। रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, आर इज नॉट अ रॉकेट साइंस। ये देखो ऐसा लिखा है, मैट्रिक्स C 1 2 3, ये पूरा कमांड यहाँ पे लिखा है। ये उठा के यहाँ पे छापेगा तो कुछ ना कुछ आ जाएगा। यस, तो ये फंक्शन रिमेंबर करने में कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं। ओके चलो अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं डेटा फ्रेम क्रिएट करता हूँ, क्रिएटिंग अ डेटा फ्रेम। अच्छा डेटा फ्रेम क्या होता है? इट इज अ स्पेशल फॉर्म ऑफ अ मैट्रिक्स, इट इज अ स्पेशल फॉर्म ऑफ मैट्रिक्स, है ना? देखो अभी जब मैंने ये मैट्रिक्स बनाया था फ्रेंड्स, जब मैंने ये मैट्रिक्स बनाया था, देखो एक मैट्रिक्स बनाया था ना मैंने, देखो कहाँ पे, हाँ ये मैट्रिक्स जब मैंने बनाया था, फोकस ऑन दिस मैट्रिक्स। डाउट है किसी का? हाँ ओके, थैंक यू सुनीता। इफ यू फोकस ऑन दिस मैट्रिक्स, यहाँ पे रोज और कॉलम्स का नाम नहीं है। व्हेन आई क्रिएटेड मैट्रिक्स, ये तो कोई रोज है, रोज 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 10 एंड कॉलम्स है 1 2 3 4 5। रोज और कॉलम्स का नाम ही नहीं है, तो इसको मैट्रिक्स बोलेंगे। अब मुझे क्या चाहिए ना कि मुझे सबका नाम देना है, रोज का नाम होना चाहिए, कॉलम का नाम होना चाहिए। कैसे करने का? अब देखो सब लोग जरा ध्यान देना, एक कमांड है डेटा फ्रेम। देयर इज वन कमांड विच इज नोन एज डेटा फ्रेम। अब देखो एक जादू, देखो ये डेटा फ्रेम आ गया ना, समझ जाओ आर पे पकड़ आनी चालू हो गई है। लेट्स से आप किसी कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल हो, भगवान करे आप लोग बड़े बड़े पोजीशंस पे जाओ और अपने कॉलेज के अंदर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रिसर्च कल्चर लाना। रिसर्च की वजह से कोई फैकल्टी कॉलेज ना छोड़ के जाए, इतना जरूर करना है। बहुत देखो, फैकल्टीज दो तरह के होते हैं। एक फैकल्टी जिसको रिसर्च में इंटरेस्ट होता है, पढ़ाने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता है। एक फैकल्टी जिसको पढ़ाने में इंटरेस्ट होता है, रिसर्च में इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता है। कुछ फैकल्टी ऐसी भी होती है ना, जिनको रिसर्च में इंटरेस्ट होता है ना पढ़ाने में इंटरेस्ट होता है। सो डोंट बिकम कैटेगरी 3। हमको ऐसी फैकल्टी बनना है कि हमको रिसर्च में भी इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए, एकेडमिक्स में भी इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए। ऐसे स्ट्रॉन्ग फैकल्टी हमको बनना है, ताकि हमारा नाम हो, पॉपुलैरिटी हो, बच्चों में हमारी एक नाम हो, पैट हो। फॉरगेट अबाउट नाम भी, में सब फालतू चीज है। यू शुड बिकम अ पर्सन ऑफ वैल्यू। ऐसा स्ट्रॉन्ग टीचर क्लास में होना चाहिए। यस, ओके। अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, चलो लेट्स से आप किसी कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल हो। यस, और फिर आपको पता होना चाहिए बाबा आपके कॉलेज में कितने बच्चे हैं, कितने बॉयज है, कितने गर्ल्स है, किसका कितना मार्क्स है, कितने कोर्सेज है, सब पता होना चाहिए ना आपको। पता होना चाहिए। कल को मैनेजमेंट ने पूछा बाबा तुम्हारे इधर बीबीए प्रोग्राम में क्या परफॉर्मेंस है, तो कैसे बताओगे? चलो मैं डेटा फ्रेम बनाता हूँ। चलो अब देखो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, सब लोग जरा ध्यान देना। बच्चों का आईडी होता है ना, कॉलेज में बच्चों का आईडी होता है। आईडी या रोल नंबर होता है, 1 2 3 4 5 6। हम भी जब स्कूल में तो रोल नंबर होता है ना, 1 2 3 4 5 6, सरनेम के हिसाब से। सो लेट्स से बच्चों का आईडी है, मैं यहाँ पे सी लिखता हूँ, सी। एक बच्चे का आईडी है 101, 102, 103, 104, 105। मैंने खुद से टाइप किया। इसका शॉर्टकट भी है, मैं 101 सेमी कोलन 105 कर सकता था। इसका शॉर्टकट ये है, इसका शॉर्टकट ये है, मैं ऐसा भी लिख सकता था, वो आंसर वही देगा। बट मैं थोड़ा सा लॉन्ग कट जा रहा हूँ ताकि आपको समझे। ये सी माने कंबाइन फंक्शन है। लेट्स से अगर नंबर जिगजैग हुआ तो 102, 107, 109, तब वो सेमीकोलन नहीं चलेगा, तब सी करके कमांड डालना पड़ेगा। सी माने कंकाटिनेट, कंबाइन करने का। तो इसके लिए मैं लॉन्ग कट जा रहा हूँ, थोड़ा आपको समझ में आए। 101, 102, 103, 104, 105। ठीक है, चलो। बच्चों का आईडी होता है ना, फिर बच्चों का नाम भी होता है ना। कॉलेज में बच्चों का नाम होता है। तो लेट्स से किसी का नाम है हर नाम बताओ। एक हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट नेहा है, कोई नेहा है ना, नेहा। फिर हमारे पास वो कन्नूर करके वो है ना, क्या नाम है, नाम भूल रहा हूँ मैं। एक चलो हमारा ये विशाल सर हमारे साथ है। अभी आप लोग बोलेंगे सर ये आप डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा में क्यों लिख रहे हो? देखो, डेटा अगर अल्फाबेट हुआ तो वहां पे उसको डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा में लिखना है। इफ योर डेटा इज अल्फाबेट और वर्ड्स, इट हैज टू बी रिटन इन डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा, नहीं तो एरर दिखा देगा। मैं थोड़ी देर में आपको दिखा दूंगा ये। हाँ, नेहा, विशाल, फिर लेट्स से कृति का नाम यहाँ पे मुझे दिख रहा है सामने ही, कृति है ना। एक सुनीता करके कोई है। हाँ, सुनीता। और कौन है? हाँ, एक हमारे डेल भाई है, डेल सर हमारे हैं। ठीक है, ये देखो क्या हो रहा है। ये सब मैं जब एंटर मार रहा हूँ ना, ये देखो यहाँ पे सब वेक्टर क्रिएट हो रहा है। देखो आईडी, नेम, सब वेक्टर क्रिएट हो रहा है, यानी आर इज स्टोरिंग ऑल दिस वैल्यूज। अब लेट्स से मैं मार्क्स ले लेता हूँ। लेट्स से मार्क्स कौन सा है? लेट्स से मैनेजमेंट सब एक सब्जेक्ट होता है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बिहेवियर। बाय द वे दिस इज माय सब्जेक्ट। ओबी में नेहा ने लिया है 56 आउट ऑफ 100, विशाल ने 67 स्कोर किया है, कृति ने 89 स्कोर किया है, सुनीता ने लेट्स से 76 स्कोर किया है, डेल ने हमारे टॉप किया है 99। यस, लेट्स से एक और सब्जेक्ट है स्टैट्स। स्टैट्स में देखो सी का रोल कैसे आ रहा है, सी का रोल। यस सर, काइंडली स्पीक इन इंग्लिश। यस यस मोहम्मद, आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश। यस, सही तो आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश। हाँ, स्टैट्स में, इन स्टैट्स लेट्स से नेहा हैज स्कोर्ड 78, Vishal has scored 89, Kriti has scored let's say 90, Sunita is scoring 89, and let's say uh, Del professor is scoring 54. Okay, let us take one more subject. Let us take stats, research methodology, RM in Neha is scoring 65, 78, 90, 87, and say 64. Okay, now focus in the environment window. In environment window, you have 5 vectors: ID, name, OB, RM, stats. Now I want to club them together. All these 5 variables, I need to club them together. So the command is data.frame. Data. See the beauty of RStudio. The moment I type data, here you can see data frame. RStudio is user friendly. That's why I'm saying work with RStudio, not with R base package. What is the command? Data.frame. I'll just click on this. Just type ID, comma, name. Just type ID, name, OB, stats, RM. Okay. Can you see what happened? Now, what's the difference between matrix and a data frame? See, this was a matrix. Now you can compare. In data frame, the columns are named. In matrix, columns are not named. Now, when you collect data using spreadsheet or SurveyMonkey, or for that matter, any curated software, all the data is in Excel. So, post data collection, the Excel file that you have, it is a data frame. So once you have the data frame, you can manipulate the data. You can calculate frequency, percentage, mean, median, mode, dispersion, everything you can calculate. Now, all of you I'm just cleaning the screen, pressing the upper arrow key. So now all these 5 vectors that you can see in the environment window, it is clubbed. And here I have a complete data frame. Now my friend Saitu, he's of this opinion, sir. I have Saitu's principal. Let's say he's a principal in a college, and he orders the teacher, go and bring all the research methodology marks. In BBA, give me the RM marks of students. I want to know how students have done. Now, if I type RM, it will show RM se aa raha hai. Simply type RM, it is showing me something RM. Yes. Now let me say he wants OB marks. OB. See why this is happening, you know, because here I have created a vector. Just a second. Just a second. Huh? Normally you have to attach a function. Okay. Now let's say Saitu asked for RM marks. So the teacher type RM. RM, it's not showing me anything. Now friends, please understand. Please understand. See here, I've already created a vector. So if I type OB, I will get OB marks. I'll get RM, I'll get stats marks. Okay, not a big deal. Let's say if you want to know how much Sunita has scored in stats, how to calculate this? How much Sunita has scored in stats? If somebody asks you a question, how much Sunita has scored in stats? Let's say you have 1 lakh database, 1 lakh data set in Excel. So you have to really type and do something, no? Either shortcut hai. First, put this data frame in a vector called let's say, let me create a vector X. I'm creating a vector X. And I want to know how much Sunita has scored. So X, box bracket, Sunita is there in which row? She's there in 4th row. And she's in which column? 3rd column. 76. So Sunita's marks in statistics is 76. So data frame I'm putting in a vector. Okay. So this is how you need to create your data frame. Data frame is created in this way. Simple. So now what we have learned, just a quick recap. Basic arithmetic, creating vectors, matrix, data frame, and then extraction, extracting particular values or numbers. Okay. So what we will do is that it's almost more than 2 hours. We'll take, the lecture is till 9:30. I have energy. So what we will do is that, let me stop sharing the screen. I'll take 1 or 2 questions, then we'll take a 15 minutes break, and then 8 o'clock sharp we'll be back. We'll take a 15 minutes break, and 8 o'clock sharp we'll be back. So any query, you can unmute yourself, any query you can ask. And after that, we'll take a 15 minutes break, 8 o'clock sharp we'll be back. The lecture will be till 9:30. Any query? Sir, I did not understand data frame. We'll cover it once again. You can mute yourself, no?
Sir, I also want to understand that if there is any duplication in the name, say for example, you found it for Neha, right? If there are 2-3 Nehas, then how do I know that? Do we have to create some ID or something the way sometimes we do in Excel?
See, if there are duplicates, see, you have to assign proper rows and proper column.
Okay.
Getting? So you will get exactly which Neha you're talking about.
Okay. Okay.
But if there are duplicates, see normally no, see extraction is not a big thing. Extraction is just a play that I'm showing you. But normally when you have a data frame, no, you need to calculate all the measures of central tendency and dispersion. So I'll show you that. So this is a small data frame I've given. I'll give you a data frame which will have, let's say, 300 plus observation. Then I will show you how to do all those things. Okay. So just hold, just wait and watch. You'll see. Okay. Any other query anybody has?
Sir, just I want to ask one thing.
Sir,
like
yes, sir.
how to know all these? Sir, how to know all these commands?
Sir, it's very simple, sir. Practice. In fact,
practice, but like in the beginning, sir, in the beginning there should be some like guidance, na?
Sir.
Like if I have to calculate square root. So if I do not know even the basics command, how can I like proceed?
Okay, sir. The beauty is no, sir. R has their own R book. They have their manual and they have written all the commands, sir. I'll put it in the group, sir. I will find it out. I can
even sir for the data frame, like that will also be mentioned there.
Pardon, sir? That is?
Sir, like you taught us also the data frame.
Yes, sir. Everything
that also
everything.
be mentioned.
Everything,
okay,
sir. Everything.
Okay, sir. Okay,
R
sir.
has its own manual, sir. R has come out with a booklet, and I will share you that booklet, sir. You go through it.
Okay, sir. Yes.
And apart from that, there are standard textbooks on R, sir, by Sage, by Tata McGraw-Hills, by Pearson, sir. Everywhere they will write command, sir. Without writing command, you can't execute the operation, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what we'll do is that I'll stop recording. We'll take a 10 minutes break, and 15 minutes break. 8 o'clock sharp. We'll be back. Yes. So everybody will get the recordings of the session, and my previous other recordings are also there on the YouTube, which I'm going to share with you. And the Telegram group that I've created will be a game changer for many people in this country. Yes, we have to take research at the doorstep of every institution. Yes. So what we will do is that the Telegram group that it is there, we can share it across our networks. I can see people from Tamil Nadu, people from Mumbai, people from Gujarat, and people from so many other places. So that Telegram group we need to share in our circle and let people join it, and then we will have a protocol for that particular group, that how researchers can help each other and they can do wonderful research. In fact, whatever paper you publish, you can put it there so that you also get a pat on the back, you also get appreciation, encouragement, and others also learn from each other. So the idea is just sharing. So we'll expand that Telegram group and most of your doubts will be covered. See, not all questions can come from one person. This is what I believe, because every person knows something or the other. Deepti knows something, Sunita knows something, Sadan knows a lot many things about time series. So we can use a collective wisdom and we can enrich ourselves better to our betterment. Okay. Now let us begin, friends. Let us begin. Can you see the cursor in the console section? Yes, I think most of you can see. Here I'm typing simply DATA. Sadan, now pay attention to answer your question. See what I've done. I have simply typed data and I pressed enter. What happened? The moment I type data, bracket close, enter, you see there are so many data. Sadan, now pay attention. Sadan, you just explore. See, Sadan, I'll tell you one interesting thing. You are working with time series data, no? Sadan, see this data, BJ sales. This is a time series data. Let me bring it here. BJ sales. Sadan, see, this is a time series data. And it is starting from 1 and ending up to 150. So this is the data. Now, Sadan, you simply need to go to Google and type analysis of BJ sales data in R Studio. Just simply type in Google. Now here you will find many documentation, Sadan. This is one, but just search it out. You'll find many. Go on the web. BJ sales data. Just tick here. See how to analyze it. People must have come with their own version. See, there are so many things. So you really see all the answer will come from the web. See, wherever, see, I normally advise that whenever you stuck up with R, go on the web or talk to some experts. They will come with certain solutions. By the way, there is one professor, if I'm not mistaken, just a second. There is one professor. He works wonderful on. I'm forgetting Mikhail or something. He's an Indian professor, but he works beautifully on time series data. But I'll show his video to you. Just a second. Time series. He's a very popular professor. I'm forgetting his name, but his YouTube videos are there, which will be very helpful for you. Maybe some time series data by Mr. Some Yadav is there from Yadav. Just a second. Miklesh Yadav. Sadan, to answer you.
Yes, sir.
Miklesh Yadav has done commendable job on time series data using R and R Studio and all. So he's a very celebrated professor working on time series. So just check his YouTube video. Yes, over 6,500 subscribers. And if you check his video and playlist, you will definitely find answers to all your questions. And he has done excellent work in R. See, whatever you're
Yes,
saying.
sir, I saw his video.
You saw his video?
Yes, sir.
So did you find the answer to your Rugarch problem?
So I learned lots of things from his videos.
Okay, great. So find others. Just see whenever you're stuck up, no, go to Google or type in YouTube. You will find some of the other valid answer. See, what is the purpose of this workshop? Please understand. The purpose of this workshop is to sensitize you towards social science research first. Second, how to use R effectively. Getting? So that is the two objective of this workshop, which will be effectively achieving tomorrow's by tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll go for advanced data analysis, which so far is not covered in most of the R workshops that are happening in India. So I'm just working on that data. Even today I'll work night. Even tomorrow I have to work, and tomorrow it will be a very lengthy day, and for that matter, a day which will involve a lot of discussions around how to analyze particularly cross-sectional data. See, my expertise is with cross-sectional data. Yes, Abha.
So can you explain in little bit detail that how many topics or which topics will be covered tomorrow in our studio?
Acha, Abha, to answer you, no, on Telegram I have given you that flyer. So in that flyer I've written so many things. So we'll definitely cover everything which has been mentioned in the flyer. But to answer you, what we will do is that tomorrow we will see some psychometric stats in data analysis. Here, when I say psychometric statistics, it predominantly focus on regression. Then we'll see correlation in a better way, not simple way. Then we'll cover this. Will regression, correlation, and we'll cover all this parametric and non-parametric test. Parametric and non-parametric test. Actually, I was supposed to complete this today. Metric test, and if time permits, I will cover EFA, exploratory factor analysis. But 2 days is very short to focus on EFA and other things. But most of the things I will cover, and I will ignite your passion. Yes.
Sir, if possible, like you can extend like the workshop for one more day just to cover a lot of things. Because sir, if you do it in like hurry, so things will not be clear. And sir, I'm doing it in R first time. Sir,
Yeah,
I do every data, but sir, I just want to shift an R.
Okay. So what we can do, see, sir, actually there are certain time constraints, sir. That's why I've taken
Yes,
Saturday
sir.
and Sunday.
I'm just like giving a suggestion request.
I accept your suggestions, sir. So we'll be coming out with more workshops in future, sir, and you'll get lot more chance to interact with me and do many stuffs. And I'll help you beyond this workshop also. We'll be in touch. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Okay. So, but there is time constraint. So focus on today's workshop and focus on tomorrow's workshop. This should ignite your passion. Yes. And after that, you have to be on your own. See, we always can't be in a workshop attending mode. This is what I practice. Initially, I attended a lot of workshops. Then I stopped. Now I don't attend any workshop. Now I try to learn things on my own. So wherever I stuck up, I refer Google's help and try to solve most of my queries. Now for basic issues, for small things, I never contact experts, nothing. Now my focus is more on publication. So my 2 papers would be coming. So one is in UGC CARE and second will be in ABDZ list. So I'm more into writing aspects. So when you start writing, no, all small issues answer you find on your own the web itself. Okay. So let us proceed. Let us proceed. So Abha, just focus on today and tomorrow's workshop. Your most of the queries will be solved, and you will begin coding in R. That is the assurance that I'm giving you. After attending the workshop, you will be on your own toes. So what I have done, all of you just pay attention.
Thank you, sir.
What I have done, let me erase all these things. I don't want to save it. Don't save. Okay. So what I'm doing in the console section, I'm simply typing data and press enter. So the moment I type data enter, you see there are many data frames. There are many data which are there in the memory of R. Yes. So here you have air passengers data, PJ sales data, which is a time series data. There are many data. And if you explore this data set one by one, no, you will find beautiful analysis of this data available by some of the experts which are put on the web. There are many foreign university professors who have used this data set in order to publish papers. So I'll tell you one interesting thing. I was just, and apart from this, there are other data which is there in the package. I'll show you that also. So let me show you one thing. There is one chick weight data, which is a longitudinal data. There's a chick weight data, chick weight. So if I simply type chick weight, what is it telling me? See, it is a chick weight data. So recently I discovered. So here see, see how this data. So you can see chick when a chicken is born, or when a chick is born. So the chick was given a certain diet number 1, and its weight was measured over a period of 10 different time points. Yes. So when the chick was born, the weight was 42, and at time 2, the chick was given diet 1 and the weight was 51. So on one chick at different times, the data was measured. So this is the chick weight data, beautiful data. And if you simply type chick weight data in Google, you will find all the analysis of this particular data. Recently, I found it. It was very exciting for me, something new for me to learn also. Then again, I'll show you one interesting thing. There is one tooth growth data. I'll show you one interesting thing. Tooth growth data. Again, this is a beautiful data, which I use it to teach parametric and non-parametric test. You can see this tooth growth data. This is the tooth growth data. So simply need to type tooth growth. R will give you hint. This is the tooth growth data. Now this data I will be using to teach you parametric and non-parametric tests, particularly t-test, ANOVA, and all those things. This is the tooth growth data which is available. You know, when Titanic sank, Titanic was a ship. It sank in 1912. Even that data is there. Titanic. Just let me show you. See, this is the Titanic data. So survival of passengers on the Titanic. So if you simply type here Titanic, it will give you hint. Titanic. See Titanic data. How many people survived and everything. It's there. Okay. Then, by the way, you know who is the father of statistics? Anyone? You can type in the chat section. Who is father of statistics? Okay. Father of statistics, anyone? Father of statistics is Sir R.A. Fisher. Father of statistics.
Richard Fisher.
R.A. Fisher.
R.A. Fisher.
Sir R.A. Fisher. Even his data is there. Iris data. Can you see? Well, this is Iris data. Iris. These two data sets are by Professor R.A. Fisher. He is the father of statistics. Even his data set is there. Now, one of the favorite data of most of the resource persons is empty cars data. Let me simply type empty cars. What can you see? This is nothing but a data frame. This is nothing but a data frame. If you want to see the class of this data, simply press upper arrow key, press class, and you will get to know about this particular data. So the class is data frame. Yes. So what I mean to say that R has lot of inbuilt data set in its memory, which can be used to learn R better, which can also be used to publish paper. Yes. And it can also be used for your practice purpose. So go and search every data. It will give you a lot of insights. Yes. Okay.
Definitely.
So let's. Yes.
So can we use this? Is there any Can you suggest any data set for multivariate time series or machine learning things in R for ANN, SVM, RF?
No, I'm not getting. What is NIBM, SBIF, RF? Tell me, just elaborate more in detail.
Sir, I'm just want to know, can you suggest me some data set or examples of any data set that can I use that inbuilt data set for my multivariate time series if I want to doing an analysis in multivariate time series or some machine learning forecasting like
Again.
artificial neural network or
Yeah.
like this, sir.
May I know your name, please?
Sir, Abha Goyal.
Abha, actually, Abha, I'm not an expert in time series. I'm not expert in parallel data. Please let me put this caveat before. But see, Abha, what I'm trying to say, like, I think Sadan was asking me, so I told her, see this BJ sales data. So this is the time series data. Now, when you, even that Chikovate data, if I'm not mistaken, this is also a time series data. Chikovate data. So just go and explore Abha. So you can explore every data set and just find out which is that data set which fits into your research requirement and go and check its analysis on the web, because there are authors, there are professors, there are researchers who have analyzed the particular data and uploaded all the commands, syntax, everything on the web. See what I'm trying to so maybe you have to do some searching on your own part. Again, I'm not an expert in time series. Let me put this before. My entire focus of research is cross-sectional data using R. So that's what I have planned this workshop. But most of your queries will be solved, and I'm happy that all these questions are coming. And maybe you are asking, maybe you won't have a straightforward answer from me, but yes, I will give you certain hints and maybe
No problem, sir.
some sort of finding you can do. You can find answers to most of your queries on the web itself. So here,
thank you, sir. So means this inbuilt data, I can use this inbuilt data for my analysis and for my research, for my publications also. I can
you
write a
can do.
paper
See, there is no
using this
limitations.
inbuilt data, no?
Definitely,
Okay,
you can use all the data set which is there, and you can do your analysis. But whenever you're using this data set to publish papers or to present your papers in conferences, you need to cite the authors. Let's say this empty cars data. Simply put question mark and type empty cars. See here, this data is see in the fourth window, motor trend car road test. So this is a data of 1974 Motor Trend US magazine, and you really need to cite this data, that who has given this data, who was the author. You really need to cite it. So index, you need to go.
Sir, how I have to cite?
That you need to find it out. Let's say if I check citation, let's say citation.
Okay, sir, I will check. Okay, thank you, sir.
Let me check citation. I think citation is not there, but you need to find it out. If not here, then on the web, you need to find it out. Empty cars data citation. On the web, you will definitely find it out. Yes. Okay. Okay. So there are many data. Okay. Now, friends, let us focus on descriptive statistics. All of you just pay attention. Descriptive statistics. I'm happy that you people are so interactive and coming out with not many doubts. I don't have most of the answers, but it's better that you have these questions, and sometimes solutions can come through your own. My expertise is reserved to one particular area, not all the areas, but the process is to make you understand and make you fall in love with the R. That is essentially my idea. So let us focus on descriptive statistics. Now, when I say descriptive statistics, it includes what? It includes measures of central tendency. Yes. And second, it includes measures of dispersion. Am I correct? Yes, measures of dispersion. What is descriptive statistics? You see any good quality journal, they will always have a section where they are going to report about how their data looks like. They will describe their sample, that how many male are there, how many female are there, what is the mean of this particular construct, what is the standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis, all those things. Now pay attention. When I say measures of central tendency, it includes mean, median, mode. Let us let us name it as MCT. Measures of central tendency. It includes mean, median, and mode. Yes. And when I say measures of dispersion, let us name it MCD, short form. It includes standard deviation, variance, skewness, kurtosis, then coefficient of variation, etc. So these are some of the measures of descriptive statistics that we need to report whenever we write papers. So what I will do is that there is one data that I accidentally discovered. Now, normally what my practice is that I take one data and search its analysis on the web. Perhaps this example will help you. So I check its analysis on the web. I check its analysis on the YouTube. Then I come out with some interesting insights. Okay, this data behaves this way. Very nice. Something very nice. Yeah. So one day I discovered this data, and this data became one of my favorite data in order to teach descriptive statistics. So the name of this data is reverse, RIVERS. Let me show you. Empty cars. Is it here? VRR in the R section. Somewhere it is hidden. One day I discovered it accidentally. See this data, reverse. Length of major North American rivers. This is one day I discovered this data accidentally. So I enjoyed this data and I covered this in my workshops. So this is a reverse data. Yes. Now if I check the structure of this data, STR, simply type STR, reverse. So this is a numeric data, and it starts with 735 and it ends up to 1770. Yes. Okay. So just a second. Now let us do descriptive statistics in this data, on this data. Let us. So let us calculate the mean. What is the formula for mean? MEAN, mean, reverse. This is the mean. What is the mean? These are the length of the American rivers. The mean length of American rivers is 591 something. Yes, okay. How to calculate mean, median? Median. Again, type reverse. This is median. Let's say what is the minimum length of the American rivers, which is the minimum, sabse chota, which is the smallest river in America. What is the smallest length of the river in America? So minimum is 135. Maximum is, again, maximum is this much. So minimum, maximum, mean, median. Now if I calculate mode, it will show me error, because mode function is not there. All of you just pay attention. There are certain functions which are not available. So what is mode? Mode is the most repeated value, or that observation which is repeating more number of times. That is mode. So if I type mode reverse, I'm not getting. Mean, median, minimum, maximum I'm getting. But when I'm typing mode, I'm not getting. Yes. So I had a dilemma how to calculate the mode, which is the maximum repeating river. I should know it. Then there is a package called Modist. So here you can go tools, install package. So there is a package called Modist. Can you see this package Modist? Just type install. I'll not install because I've already installed. So just click on this Modist, you'll get it. So you can check it here also. There is a package section. Simply here type Modist.
But ये क्यों नहीं हुआ ऐसे, मतलब?
Because this function is not available in the base package. Amrapali, there are certain functions which are not there in the base package of R.
Okay.
So when certain functions are not there, then we need to invoke that package. I'll tell you. Amrapali, I'll give very nice example. You know, in Mahabharata, if you want to defeat a certain demon, ordinary weapon will not work. You know, Ghatotkacha was a Rakshasa in Mahabharata. He could not be defeated with ordinary weapons. So Karna had to remove that Shaktiban. So packages are Divyastra, and those packages will have those functions. So now what I'll do is that let me erase it and do it all this again for you. This is reverse. I am not able to calculate mode. Reverse, I am not able to calculate. Yes. Now I got to know that there is one package. Now how I got to know? I typed on Google how to calculate mode in R. So it told me that there is a package called Moodist. So whenever you are stuck up, you need to Google it out. So now there are two steps to install a package. Install dot packages double inverted comma Moodist. This is one step. Yes, if I do this, see it starts. I'll stop this. I'll not do this because I'll stop this. See, there is a red bleep. Okay, it's already installed. And second is library. Library Moodist. So there are two commands. Install.packages double node comma Moodist and library. Or alternatively, you can here install package, type the Moodist, install, automatically this will run. And second is invoke in the library. Yes. So this was the command. Now simply type MFV, most frequent value, and type reverse. Amrapali, see. So 350 is repeating maximum time and 360 reverse is repeating maximum time.
Yeah, understood.
Getting so MFV. If I had not installed Moody's package, MFV function would have shown me error. Getting?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Hope you understand. Now, descriptive statistics constitutes what? So minimum, maximum, mean, median, mode. Okay. Now let us calculate standard deviation. Standard deviation is measures of dispersion. So standard deviation, the command is SD. SD, simply type reverse. See standard deviation, 493. Variance reverse. What is variance? Variance is square of standard deviation. You just square 493.8708. Let me show you 493.8708 hat 2. What is variance? Variance is nothing but square of standard deviation. So standard deviation.
Can we get all these descriptive statistics in one command?
Yes, sir, definitely. I'll show you later on. Let's say if I command describe, and if I type reverse, one command, sir. But let us.
Sir, we have same command in Stata as well.
Sir, there is one command. If I type describe, no, it will give me everything. But here, see, Amrapali, what is it telling me? Could not find function describe because describe is there in psych package. So now here I need to go and psych.
Yeah.
Press psych. So install psych, bring it into library. Now psych is already installed in my machine. I will simply do library.
Sir, this thing, how we can know
So
this
that's what
function
sir
is
said, now we will have to
available in
Google
this
it.
package, this function is available in that particular package. How can we know this thing?
See, how did I know? I used to conduct a lot of workshops, to answer you. I used to conduct a lot of workshops and I never used to calculate mode. Never used to calculate mode. Because whenever I used to calculate mode, it was showing me error. So I immediately got the hint that mode function is not there in the base package.
Sir, can you show once more like how to install a new package?
New package
Just
I
once
showed
more,
you,
sir.
Sir, okay, I'll show you. Abha, so whenever you are stuck up, Abha, you have to take Google Baba's help. Abha, that's a simple answer. Okay,
sir.
And there are standard textbooks available on R. There are good contents available on the web. You need to really search it out on your own. See.
So basically, when we are not getting something, we are getting error. We need to Google it. That why we are getting error. What could be the thing which could be?
But I'll tell you, R is sometimes R will suck your brain. It will suck your energy like anything. See, when I was doing my PhD, and I used to stuck up at multiple places. Then 2-3 days I really need to search to get those answers. But definitely I always found the answers. But you have to search and search. Or if you know certain experts who are experts, let's say Southern is working with time series and Del sir is working with panel data, all those things. So you really need to identify who are the experts in this particular field. You talk to them or write a mail to them. They will definitely help you out. And there are answers available to each and everything. But really you need to find the right person. So to answer, sir, install package, let us say Moodist. See, I'll show you, sir. See how to install a package. Either you type or you take the tab section. Tools, install package, Moodist. And simply install. It is saying already installed. Press yes, sir. I'm not installing it. Once it is installed, then bring the library command. Library psych. Psych, huh? Psych is a package. Now, initially when I typed describe, it was showing me error. Now I type describe reverse. See, all answer in one go, sir. Sir is correct. Mean, standard deviation, median, trimmed mean, mean absolute deviation, minimum, maximum range, skewness, kurtosis, everything, sir. Everything under one command. Getting? But again, there are
Yes,
so many
sir.
things.
Yes.
So many things I have not got. Let's say I want to calculate quantile. Quantile reverse. What is quantile? I'll show you quantile. Quantile. It means 135 is the minimum. 3710 is the maximum length. There is no river which is greater than 3710. This is your 25% of your rivers are up to 25% rivers in America are having this length 310. 50% rivers in America are almost having the length of 425. 75%. By the way, this 50% is your median. You want to check? Let's say min rivers. This is minimum is 0%. Yes. Then max is this much 3710. Median is almost 50%. Median divides your data into 2 points. You know, median is the middle value. When mean is confusing, then you need to check the median. Yes. So median is 425. 425 divides American river into 2. Rivers which are lower than 425 and rivers which are greater than 425. By simply looking at the quantile, can you tell me whether data is normally distributed or not? Simply looking at the quantile data, can you tell whether data is normally distributed or not? In parametric test, there is a normal distribution assumption. See,
It's
okay.
not normally.
Normal
This
distribution
data
Quantile should be the median, sir.
Okay, let us check the mean. What is mean? See, in normal distribution, mean, median, mode is same. Almost same.
Exactly, sir.
But here, see, mean is 591, median is 425. It means data is not normally distributed. And still, if you want to check whether data is normally
Yes, left is skewed, sir.
Okay. So now you can calculate skewness. But skewness, if you type reverse, aba dekhiye, it is showing me skewness. This is the skewness. When skewness is 0, it means data is normally distributed. When
Yes, sir.
skewness is 0. But this data is telling me it is positively skewed. Or
Yes, sir.
alternatively, you can have your diagram also reverse. See, look at this diagram. Just a second. Should zoom. Look at this diagram. Normal distribution normally has a bell curve, but this data doesn't represent a bell curve. It is positively skewed. This data is positively skewed. So data is not normally distributed. You can't go for parametric test. Yes, you can't go for parametric test. Let us check kurtosis again. Kurtosis. Actually, this is taking kurtosis. Some problem. This is kurtosis. Kurtosis, if it is 4, it means your data is normally distributed. But it is going above 4, then its data is very peaked. So this is leptocurtic. Data is not normally distributed. By looking at the quantile itself, you can make it out whether data is normally distributed or not. Okay. Can you calculate range of the data? Range, reverse. Range is minimum minus maximum or maximum minus minimum range. Can you calculate IQR, interquartile range? Interquartile range. See, there are many commands. Interquartile range is nothing but 75% minus 25%. So 680 minus 310. Yes. So when you minus 680 by 310, this much, you will get IQR. Okay. So how many commands we have learned? Come on, quickly. First, in descriptive statistics, let me put it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let us revise it. See, this is the way you revise it. In descriptive statistics, how many commands we have learned? First is min, max, mean, median. Yes, mode, but mode is available in Moody's package. Remember this, and mode is denoted by MFV, most frequent value. Fixed names, you can't change the name, it will show error. Then what we did, we calculate standard deviation, we calculate variance, then range, quantile, IQR. Anything else that we calculated? We calculate histogram. Yes.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Jhumki, go ahead.
Actually, there are kind of data like the LASI and NFA. So these are the cross-sectional data, and in that data, there are multiple variables are available. So if I want to do some analysis based on this kind of data, sir, then first we need to import, import the data set, and there are numerous variables like there, say for gender, age group, caste, religion. There are numerous type of variables in that data set. So in that case, how can we do that? Like, how can we import that particular data set and analysis based on that variable?
Okay. So here you need to go and see. Can you see this environment window, Jhumki? Press here.
Hello.
Jhumki, you need to go to this environment. Go to the environment section. Here you can see this tab, import data set. Yes. Can you see import data set?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Click here. And let's say yours is Excel file. Just click on this Excel. Browse. Now, wherever your file is there on the desktop, document, wherever it is, you can bring it into the machine. Everything can be brought. Everything can be brought. Okay. R is famous for that. See, now what we are doing, we are focusing on the data set that is inbuilt in R. But R is capable of handling voluminous data, which is there in an external file. Even 1 lakh data set can be brought in R.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Only through this import section. Just import. It can handle CSV file, Excel file, SPSS file, SAS file, Stata file. It can handle all files.
Tomorrow or today, maybe you'll be showing us, giving us an example how you're importing maybe a small data set or even large and doing something from that, because in organizations also mostly the data is entered in Excel format. So if you want to come out with some kind of analysis, how do we do with that?
It's very easy, very easy. I'll show you that also.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll show you. Tomorrow I'll cover that also. But see, take example. Let's say, take example of this particular data, empty cars data. I'll show you. By the way, this much thing we have done in descriptive statistics. These are the commands. Just note this. You can take a screenshot. Now to answer, I think some ma'am asked me how to see this empty cars data. This empty cars data is nothing but, just imagine it is an Excel file came in the R. So when you import your Excel file in R, it will look exactly like this only. In fact, I can take this. There are commands available. I can take this data outside also. There is a command called write.csv. This, let's say this formaldehyde determination of formaldehyde. This data I can take into my machine. I can bring it outside, and outside data can be brought inside. So everything we will cover. We'll cover. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Sir, you have a query?
Sir, as you said to us, our descriptive statistics in time series, we are just simply set a one command summary and the file name. We just find out the 5 things in one single command, like mean, median,
descriptive command.
quartile, maximum, minimum.
Yeah, this was the command, no, ma'am. Describe everything in one command.
Just right.
Yes, sir. But in this commands, we are. Yes, sir. So we find a lots of things in single command.
Single command. But see, as a trainer, I will show you long cut also, shortcut also.
Okay, sir.
Getting?
Thank you, sir. Yes,
So,
so sure.
because everybody is at different levels of research. So some,
Yes.
so
So
some may
same
be
as we are using. Yes, sir. Sir. Continue, sir.
go ahead, Southern, go ahead. Speak your heart out, no problem.
The same thing we are using.
Can I
same
just ask one question?
Go ahead.
Sir. Exactly, sir. I use this data like for a long time. Sir, what is the benefit of shifting on R? Like I have been just thinking about to shift an R, but I do not know a specific reason that why I want to shift an R.
Okay. Is that the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, first of all, I'll tell you, there are some pressing reasons to use R. First, R is open source, free source. You need not pay even a single rupee. Okay? Getting R is one-stop
Sir,
solution.
we have the pirated version of Stata, but
no problem. Use it, pirate. Who has stopped you? Nothing wrong. But R will give you a sense of understanding that what is happening with your data. Nothing. See, again, it's a personal comfort. See, I did my PhD. Sir. I did my PhD using R. I could have bought Smart PLS also. Smart PLS, it would have reduced my work. But when I used R, at least I'm comfortable in coding. I need not depend on any pirated or copyrighted, or for that matter, to depend on anybody. I simply need to open my R, just type the code wherever I stuck up, take Google help, and just redo the command, change the syntax here, and then I get the output. It gives a lot of satisfaction. And after learning R, I have a very good understanding of at least statistics, how things are happening, a very good understanding of data science. I'll tell you,
yes, sir.
There are so many foreign universities, sir. So many foreign universities which they have made it compulsory that learn R because it is free source. Python, it's the future. Getting?
Yes.
Okay. So
okay,
see, again, it depends upon personal comfort.
Yes,
I know lot many seasoned researchers, sir. There are lot many seasoned researchers published in A-star paper and they are doing very well, but they shy using R. The moment you talk about R, they said, I'm not comfortable with R. I don't know R. They're good with SPSS. What is SPSS? See, I'll show you. I have SPSS in my machine also. I'll show you SPSS. But SPSS never excites me. See, I have SPSS. I'll show you this SPSS. SPSS never excites me. And I never use it for my analysis. Even recently, one of my paper is going in ABDZ list now. I have entire analysis in R, sir. Now either I should go for Smart PLS. Smart PLS will cost me 2,000 rupees, sir. I saved my 2,000 rupees by working in R, sir. So this is SPSS, sir. In SPSS, this is the only command that you use. Analyze maximum. Everything
yes,
is there.
Yes,
regression. This is SPSS, sir. Then I'll show you IBM Amos. So this is, sir, IBM Amos.
Sir, I did my MPhil on SPSS, PhD on Stata, but now as a career option, I just want to learn R.
That's why I'm saying, see, it depends upon your comfortable and your love. Literally, for me, ever since I've started learning R, I've started understanding things very, very clearly. Nothing wrong if you.
Yes, sir. That is there.
Personal choice is there, sir. Personal choice.
सर मेरा एक डाउट है
आभा,
जब हम कई बार एनालिसिस करते हैं, जैसे हमने कोई एनालिसिस की कोई डिजाइन किया, फैक्टोरियल, आरबीडी या कुछ भी, आर में भी किया, एक्सेल में भी किया, या फिर किसी और में, तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आपके जो रिजल्ट्स हैं वो आर में कुछ और आ रहे हैं, चाहे वो एसपीएसएस में कुछ और आ रहे हैं, एक्सेल में कुछ और आ रही है टेस्ट की वैल्यूज, तो ऐसे पे कौन सा सॉफ्टवेयर ज्यादा रिलायबल है? वैसे तो मैं भी सर आर ही यूज करती हूँ मेनली, लेकिन मेरे को थोड़ा डाउट होता है कि किस तरह के सॉफ्टवेयर पे जाना चाहिए.
इट्स अ वैलिड क्वेश्चन आभा, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन यू हैव आस्क्ड. मतलब बहुत अच्छा सवाल आपने पूछा. सी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, आभा, ऐसा डेसिमल के फर्क होते हैं. देयर इज अ डेसिमल डिफरेंस. डेसिमल नॉट अ बिग डिफरेंस. यू विल नोटिस नॉट अ बिग डिफरेंस. नॉर्मली not a big difference, and such point difference in social science, it doesn't make difference. But if you are measuring gold and silver, decimal will impact. Now, we had this question in Kolhapur University to some of the popular professors of statistics. So they use SAS, which is paid. They use SAS and it's very, very accurate. Not even SPSS, not even Minitab, people rely on SAS. And Abha, to or let me add my more insight. You asked me difference. Difference is not that great in social science. Point difference is okay. Second, which is the best software? SaaS is considered to be more reliable. In fact, you see, there are top-notch companies, research firms, and all. They rely on SaaS. They use SaaS. Okay. And to add my understanding over this is that I was saying something I just forgot. I was saying something I just forgot my. I was saying something very interesting. Abha, see, statistics is a science of approximation. I was saying this. Statistics is a science of approximation. Statistics is not maths, Abha. Statistics is, see, statistics ka, what is at the heart of statistics? Probability. Abha. At the heart of statistics is probability.
Yes, sir.
Whenever we so statistics may some point difference here and there, it is tolerated. That's why we have concept called confidence interval, alpha level.
Yes, sir.
We are 95% sure that null hypothesis is true. That we are 95% sure that I will not reject the null hypothesis when it is true. So statistics is a science of approximation. We take approximate values. And when you compare R with other software, Abha, definitely I will, if time permits, I will produce the result in R and I will produce the result in SPSS also. You will find that difference is almost negligible, non-meaningful. Getting Abha?
Okay,
So
thank you, sir.
Abha, close your eyes and use R. Provided you write your codes better.
Yes, definitely, sir. Definitely.
Close your eyes and use.
In line with what somebody actually asked, that why he should shift from starter to R. So although I'm a researcher, but then I'm also a working professional. तो मैं जिस फील्ड में काम करती हूँ वहां पे सारे जो स्टेक होल्डर्स होते हैं, they don't really understand very high level of statistical inferences and all. So we really don't need to use all the time very the high level of statistical data analysis and all. We don't need to do. So mostly we use Excel for the kind of we use power pivots and all these things for the basic things, and also regression, correlation, etc. So in line with what he has asked, is there anything more than Excel in R that we can do, or do you think it's more user friendly, or what could be the reason why one would want to shift from Excel to R?
See, first of all, now Excel has gone more advanced. Excel can handle so many things which industry wants. And let me tell you, the models that you develop or models that you test as a researcher, industry has nothing to do with it. They believe in simplification. We believe in lot of complications. Let me put it that way. So industry has nothing to do with R, SPSS. Industry want results. Let's say you are producing something. What is the error rate? Just tell us in percentage. This machine has a 5% error rate. Any out of 100 products, 5 will go bad. They understand this much only. But as a statistician, we need to understand that 5% is the 5% error meaningful, significant, or not significant. See,
definitely.
I'll tell you, maybe it's a stray example just to add on. There was a case which was happening. Maybe it's a stray, I don't know where I read it, but I should not tell this way. It's a recorded lecture. But there was a case which was fought in some court in United States. And somebody came out with stats and proved it that this organization's policy is anti-women. So they produced stat, they applied statistics, and they argued that case from statistical perspective, and they proved it to the jury that this company is doing gender bias. Getting? So their statistics, see again, I said at the outset, I said software is just a tool. You should be the master. It's fine if you do analysis in Excel. It's fine if you do your analysis in SPSS. Nothing wrong with it. But let's say you're publishing your paper in journal. Then if you mention that I have done all my analysis in Excel, perhaps they might tell you to relook, and they might tell you to use some proprietary software. There, when you are writing your paper in some top journals, maybe I am yet to come across a paper which has been published using Excel. Maybe you can present in some conferences or national international conferences, but not in a journal. I'm yet to come across a paper which has been written using only through Excel. Though Excel now is getting more advanced, it can handle a lot of complex data also. But to answer you, ma'am, Amrapali, industry wants simplicity. Simplicity you can produce by any software. That is not a big deal. And again, why shifting to R is your personal choice. It's a personal choice.
Understood. Completely understood.
And I come from a non-technical background. I don't represent STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And normally whenever whichever place I go and I teach R, people get confused. I'm from a management background, and how come I'm teaching R? So people get confused. I said, like, I love R because when I started loving R, I started understanding my data. I started understanding what is happening in the back end. Yes, and I have lot many friends in IIMs and IITs, and they shy away from R. In fact, if you read my brochure, Amrapali and Del sir and Abba, in the brochure at the outlet, you see what I've written at the top. There are many seasoned professors, seasoned. They shy from shifting to SPSS to R. I've written that line there because that is my personal experience. I'll tell you, some couple of years back, I had gone to IIM Udaipur to attend one international workshop from professors from foreign universities, and most of them were not comfortable with R. They were comfortable with SPSS only. Nothing wrong. If you don't know R, nothing will happen to you. No, you will not be at disadvantage. But now what is happening is that globally there is a trend now. People are believing in open source software. And let me tell you, Abba, presently I don't have a job.
Yes.
Huh? I don't have a job, and I'm a freelancer now. Okay, now I have an SPSS in my machine. You know, this is a pirated one. The SPSS that I have a machine, it's a pirated one. So now, for namesake, I have just installed it. It's a pirated one. In fact, don't you feel this is unethical that you are not paying to the company, the company software you're using, and you are using the pirated version? Somewhere ethics in research, not at least not in India, but in other countries, they take ethics very, very seriously. Which software you're using it? Have you paid for that? Has your institution paid for that? And as an individual, for me, it's very difficult to pay for SPSS every month. No. So there are lot many issues. And again, as I said, your personal choice, your personal liking. If you like, use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Simplify your life. But R, I'll tell you, when you start working with R, it's a great fun, and you'll stuck up for 2-3 days. I know I get a call from lot of my friends. Recently, one of my friends has said, she's from IIM Mumbai. She gave me a call, Arun, I'm stuck up with this function. I could not solve it. So she gave me a Zoom call, and she was doing some social network analysis or something like that. मुझे नहीं समझ आया. I said, no, I'm not able to answer this also. Sometimes I also don't have an answer. I need to go and Google it out. I need to just surf it out. But yeah, it's a great learning. That's why I said, no, when all the data set which is there, Southern was, I think she's working on time series and all, but you go and explore this data set. It's a great fun. It's a great fun. I'll tell you one more thing. So, okay. I hope I have answered all your queries, honestly. Now, see, there is a package called Psych. Yes. There is a package called Psych. Put 2 dots. Psych package is there. Now, the moment you invoke Psych package in your machine, all the functions and all the functions and the data set is also available. Now, Psych package is developed by somebody. Psych package is developed by somebody. So the person who develops package also has to give data. That's why all the package that you download in your machine will come with certain data, apart from the data which you saw. So inside there is a beautiful data called BFI. Just, can you see this BFI? Again, I'm an OB researcher. You see this data, BFI. This data, if you want to know more about this particular data, simply type $BFI. Yes, see here. So it is 25 personality items representing 5 factors. So here it talks about your personality. If I give you this question, this is like there are 5 factors and 5 into 5, 25. There are 25 questions. If I give you and ask you to rate your opinion on Likert scale, I will get to know what personality type you belong. Can you see this? Love children.
Sir, what is BFI?
Pardon?
So what is BFI?
BFI is a data. It's a data, sir.
Yeah, data.
It's written here, sir. 25 personality self-report items taken from the international property item pool. It's just a mnemonics that they have given. People say big 5 indicator, but that is wrong. It's just the name of a data. It represents big 5 personalities. So can you see this? Love children. If I ask you a question, love children, and give you a 5-point Likert point. Strongly disagree, neutral, or agree, or strongly agree. Love children, how many of you will click this option? Strongly agree. I, as a person, like to connect with people. If somebody asks me, Arun, do you love children? I will give 5. Yes, I love children like anything. Not only my kids, even when I see kids on streets, even when I travel different places, when I see kids, I just talk to that kids, shake hands, I tap his head. So if you love children, what does it tell? What does it tell? It tells that you are highly extrovert. You don't have difficulty in talking to people. You know, some people are very, very reserved. You go to universities and all. I've visited a lot of bureaucratic universities. Their colleagues don't talk to each other. You know, one of my friends is in Lucknow University. My PhD is from Pondicherry. I know lot many people, they don't talk to each other, and definitely these people will not like it. So it tells a lot. R gives you, if you explore R, why there is a strong reason to learn R. According to me, it's my subjective opinion. I don't enforce my view on all of you. My subjective opinion, R gives you a lot of insights. It takes you to the end of the data. So when I discovered this yesterday, I was coding. Maybe tomorrow I want to cover some high level modeling and all. So I was just coding, and I got a lot of interesting insights. For me, regression, now people use it very casually, but regression, you know, it's a very powerful statistical tool. There are strong assumptions to be met when you apply regression. People don't check it. Go and read Chick-Wade data. You will find that first the author is a foreign author. He checked all the assumptions of regression. Then he interpreted the results of regression. And that too, the professor who interpreted the Chick-Wade results, he was erroneous in the sense that he saw diagrams and figures just to prove his point. He did not rely on test. By simply looking at histogram, you can't say whether your data is normally distributed or not. You really need to rely the test and check its significance value. Then only you can say my data is. But that professor, it's a beautiful analysis he has presented, but he has relied on pictorial inferences, and then went on to analyze regression, which itself is disputable. So tomorrow somebody will get up, oh sir, you have taken pictorial representation and you came with your analysis, and this is under dispute. Now I'll show an interesting thing. Now take example here, this BJ sales data. Type a histogram and see BJ sales. Just a second. BJ sales, S is small. Just a second. See this. See. Is this data normally distributed or not? Come on. Just tell me. Is this data normally distributed? BJ sales. See, here it's a bell curve. Here it's a bell
Yes,
curve.
sir.
Now Abha is saying is normally distributed. Okay, let me apply.
Sir, negatively skewed.
No,
It's
it's not
a
negative.
little, it's a look like we have to test normality for assuring.
Just a second. BJ is capital. R is case sensitive. It's not normally distributed.
Negatively skewed, sir.
Not only negative. How can you say it's negatively skewed? Do you know the skewness
Because,
value? No, but don't say negative. Check the skewness.
Sir, because the histogram.
Sir, is positively skewed, sir.
Yes, it seems.
Getting. So it's a what do you call as by model ऐसा कुछ है. There are two terms. I'm forgetting it, but see, you see, I'll tell you again some interesting facts. Talk to hardcore statisticians. They never take management researchers seriously. You know why? Talk to hardcore statisticians, huh? And I have just imagine I have worked with these statisticians. I have asked lot many questions to these statisticians, and they never took me seriously because I come from management background. You know why? Anybody? Guess? Wild guess? Hardcore statisticians. They don't take management people seriously. You know why? Because statistics come with a lot of riders, lot of assumptions, and management people, they are very good in bucking all those assumptions. They don't check the assumptions. This data we apply the test. This is my R square. This is my correlation coefficient. This is my histogram, and they do all what you call as window dressing according to their term. So they are very go to hardcore. Actually, statistics is all equations. Okay, ठीक है. How many are there now? let me stop it and let me talk to you now. Okay, how many are there? We started, oh my god. We started with AHA. So there were how many registrations? 263 registrations. So there were 263 registrations. So 30 came in the first session, and till the fag end we have 18. Myself 19. Great, I appreciate that. At least such sessions will give you food for thought. Again, I said at the outset, I don't have questions to all your answers. I don't know everything under the sky. But yes, my sessions will make you fall in love with R, and you will go and explore. Yes, so precisely that is an idea. Acha, any query that you have? Come on. Thank you, Maliha, for being there so long. Okay, the chat section.
Sir,
Let me see.
I need to know.
Go ahead.
Sir, I want to know, sir, in which subject you done your PhD work?
Madam, it's a very basic subject. That is organizational behavior. So tomorrow I'll show you my thesis and all the R codes that I have written. It's a 17-page R code. My life would have been much more easier had I relied on Smart PLS or SPSS, but I chose a long path, and perhaps choosing a long path has made me an instructor trainer, and where I go and share my opinion. So sometimes if you take a long journey,
Sir. Thank you.
if you take a long
Yes, sir.
journey, okay. Okay, so how much time is there? We have yes.
Sir, like, can you, sir, show like how to get correlation and co-integration on R right now, sir?
See, co-integration, sir, I'm not covering in cross-sectional.
And correlation.
Correlation, definitely, sir. I have reserved it for tomorrow. Correlation, I will definitely show you, sir. I'll definitely. I can do it right now, but let us go as per the plan. Otherwise, if I take correlation and regression, I'll cover it tomorrow, sir. Surely I'll cover it. I can do right now also, not a big deal, but I'll take it tomorrow,
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now.
And sir, one thing more, sir. Please do
pardon?
share the video, and sir, please do share the video and the commands that was written in console, like Windows.
Yeah, sir, definitely. I'll share with you, sir. Not a big deal. I will share with you.
So if you share it today, so that we can revise it.
Yeah. I'll see. Give me a time, sir, because it's a 4 hours time,
Okay,
and I'll definitely
Okay,
send
sir.
you everything. Give me time. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
See, friends, this is empty cars data. Now, see, there are certain analysis that you need to perform once you bring your data in the console. Actually, this empty cars data was there in the script. I brought it in the console by simply typing the name of the data. Whenever you bring your data, just check the structure of data. What is the structure of my data?
share nahi hai.
Okay. Oh, just a second. Okay. So now is it okay, friend?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for reminding. So see, this is empty cars data. This is all. If you simply type empty cars, you'll get the data. Just type the name of that data. CO2. If I type CO2, let's say if I type CO2 here, just see how CO2 is written. Exactly the same word. CO2. See the data. Let's say DNAS. You can see this data, DNAS. Simply type DNAS. DNAS. Everything will come. Everything will come. Simply need to type the data. Getting? Now, what I'll do is that I'll show you some trick. Let's say this empty cars data. This is our favorite data, which a lot of people use. So this is the data. Whenever you bring the data in R, please note there are certain things that you need to check about that data. Let's check the structure of the data. So structure command is str. I will write all the command for you in a page that you can go and practice it. Your life will become much more simpler. Yes. So structure empty cars. So the moment you type structure, this str is a short form for structure. Now you might have a question, sir, how did you remember this command str? Normally, there are certain things or certain commands need to be applied once you bring your data, even when you import your data into the machine. So there are certain things which you should be mindful. Structure of data. What is it telling? There are 32 observation of 11 variables. Now let's say Amrapali wants to extract DRAT. Let's say Amrapali, she is one of the participants. Now she wants to extract DRAT data. Can I extract DRAT? If I try DRAT, it will show me error. Why is it showing me error? That was here, no? Now what you can do, you can extract this way, empty cars, and now the moment you put dollar, no, so it will empty cars dollar. Now extract whichever you want to extract. Again, let's say I want MPG, so dollar MPG. So from a data, if you want to extract a particular column, then in that case, what you have to do, the name of that data $mg. Automatically that thing will be extracted. Yes. Let's say again, okay. Now I want to see how many column names are there. So column names, empty cars. What are the names of the columns? So these are the names of the columns. Empty cars, all the column name. First is MPG, cylinder, displacement, horsepower, drag, weight, QSEC, VS. Shortcut is, instead of writing call names, there is one more command, ls. Ls, again it will give you the same answer. So there are multiple ways of doing it. Multiple ways. There is no one command, multiple commands. Let's say this is the structure of the data, no, that I type structure. Let's see some miracle. Huh? Empty cars. Okay. Now let's say I want to know the head of the data. Head means first 6 observation. So head, empty cars. How does the first 6 observation look like? So if I type head, empty cars, this will give me first 6 data. If I type tail, empty cars, it will give me bottom 6 observations. Getting? Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So now let us go with this command ls. This will give me the column name. Let's say how to extract weight. Anybody? How to extract weight? Hope you are able to unmute yourself.
Sir, when we use a dollar sign and we can get the values of weight.
An alternative, Abha. Now every time we can't go and type dollar because it's very tedious. Simply use attach function. Attach and use this empty cars. Attach. And now type weight. Now type MPG. Now type carb. So long cut is empty cars dollar, whatever you want. Shortcut is
Thank you, sir.
Shortcut is attach.
Definitely.
Now remember this, tomorrow we'll be importing file. Tomorrow, now whenever you import a file, always use attach command so that you can play with particular column. You can play with particular column. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is how it looks. Okay. So now, sir is there, Del sir? Sir, actually you have not named it and I'm constrained to call you.
Sir, myself Manoj Kumar.
Manoj Kumar. Manoj Kumar, you can change your name. No, actually it's very wrong on my part to call you Del.
Yes, sir. Certainly, I'll change it tomorrow, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Manoj Kumar, now pay attention. I'll show you correlation. Huh? See, there is a data in R which is known as cars. It has 2 variables, speed and distance. Now do one thing. Whenever you bring the data in R, check its structure. Let's see correlation. Structure of the data. So what is it telling? It is a data frame which has 50 observations and 2 variables. 50 observation, 50 rows and 2 variables. Which are those 2 variables? Distance and speed. Okay. ls cars. By that, I'll tell you one interesting thing. This ls command was taught to me by one of the participants. I was conducting a workshop on structure equation modeling. So I was teaching them R. It was a 3-hour session from basics to advanced. So one participant told me, sir, I was typing column names cars. So one participant told me, sir, type ls cars, you'll get the answer. So she told me ls, short form. So sometimes to teach is to learn twice. So that is how I got to know ls. Otherwise, I used to type coal names. I used to type empty. So she saved my vital time. Okay. So okay. Now let us do one thing. What is the command for correlation? Now see. Let's say what is the ls? ls is distance.
COR.
COR dist comma speed. It is going to show me
Variable
error.
name.
It will show me error. Why? It will show me error. Why? Who will tell me? Because I've got attached the file.
Because file is not attached there. Yes,
that's
sir.
why it is not reading the variable. Now type, press the upper arrow key.
Yes.
What is the correlation? Yani as the speed increases, distance also increases. So there is a strong positive relationship. There is a strong positive relationship. Now let's say I want p value. Sadan, can you tell the p value? How to calculate p value?
No, sir.
Type
Sorry, sir. No.
No, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Core.test cars.
Core test, sir. Yes.
Sorry. This is distance, comma,
and speed.
Here we'll get the p value. Okay. Now let us interpret one by one. Huh? Come on. Who will interpret this entire result for me? Come on. Who will interpret? What is t value? T value is 9.464. If t is greater than 1.96, null rejected. If t is greater than 1.96, null rejected. What is null? No relationship. No relationship rejected. There is a strong positive relationship. Getting? What is degrees of freedom? Yes, n minus 2, because there are two variables. So 50 minus 2 is 48. P value, whenever you see this E, it means it's a very small amount, less than 0.05. Yes, true correlation is not equal to 0. But null rejected, we are accepting that true correlation is not equal to 0. Evidence exists in support of alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis accepted, null rejected. 95% confidence interval. Acha, can anybody interpret this? What is this 95% confidence? See this value. See this value.
So that means.
Abba, go ahead. Yes. That means.
Sir, this is the maximum limit and minimum upper limit and lower limit.
Abba, you are okay.
Hello.
Very good, Abba. Very good. Go ahead, Abba. Don't stop yourself. Very good,
Maybe
Abba.
someone want to say something, sir. I think.
Go ahead. See, floor is open. The floor is open. Go ahead. There is no wrong answer. Come on, go ahead.
Sir, if I'm talking about that 95% confidence interval, that means my value will be comes under this range, that up to 68% to 88%.
Okay.
My
good,
value
Abba.
will come up in this range only.
Very good, Abba. There cannot be an answer better than this. Abba, tell me your academic background.
Sir, I am pursuing my PhD in agricultural statistics, second year from BHU.
See, the hardcore statisticians are there. Huh? Very good. Chalo, good. She's correct. She's 100% correct. See, what is confidence interval? If I ask you what is the mean age of participants attending the workshop of Chalk and Talk Foundation, what is the mean age? Now, somebody will say 30, 35. This is not the right way. When you say 30, 35, you being proved wrong, you will always be proved wrong, or the probability of you being proved wrong will increase. Never say that. If somebody asks you a straightforward question, what is the average age of participants attending Chalk and Talk Foundation's workshop? And if somebody says 35, you are bound to be proved wrong. Rather say, sir, it would be between, let's say, 21 to 55. The moment you say 21 to 55, yes, possibly most of the people will be in this range. So when you talk about confidence interval, actually it is a range that you are telling. That this value, if this value falls under this, then null rejects. You see 0.80, it will come under this only, no? You are giving limit. Don't give straightforward answer. Or let's say somebody asks you what is the season ticket from Mumbai to Chennai. Many of you are from Pondicherry. Mumbai to Chennai, what is season ticket? Sleeper class. So you will say 400 rupees. Don't say 400 rupees. Say it will be between 400 to 700 rupees. So you give a limit, and between that limit, the price will come. So confidence interval ka logic wahi hai. Abba is correct, 100% correct. So null rejected. Manoj Kumar, you got your answer? Correlation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Now, why you should shift to R? This answer will get tomorrow, not today. Today we are covering basics.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So let me
Sir,
stop and talk to you. Yes, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. Yes.
sir,
Yes,
I just want to know okay, how to remove the NAs in R.
how to use?
How to remove NAs? NA.
Not
If we found NA, yes,
NA
sir, not
dot,
applicable.
you should use NA dot RM equal to true. This command. Getting?
NA dot RM, sir. NA
Equal to
is
true.
NA and dot RM is removed and minus C
Let me
is what?
let me see BFI data.
Yes, sir.
See, this BFI data has a lot of NA. NA means somebody
There
has not
is-
given
yes,
the
sir.
answer. Hana? So what
Yes, sir.
I'll do is that, let's say BFI NA dot RM equal to 2. Let me check it if I will get the answer. Let me put it in a vector. Let me check. But this is the only way. Error expected in. But we use NA dot RM. I'll show you tomorrow. I have written this syntax. Actually, I was also working on this, Southern. You have to use this command NA dot RM. You can surely remove. 100% you can remove by using this command only. NA dot, whatever syntax you type, simply type NA dot RM equal to true. Equal to true. In that syntax, the big syntax, you write this. Automatically, that NA dot RM will be replaced by the mean value. Getting? This is used for treating missing entries.
Okay, sir. If sir, I want to replace RA into 0, then how to do? In place
Again,
of
there are
T, we write a 0.
No, don't see. First of all, it is wrong to replace a data with 0. See, first of all, as a researcher, you should never touch the data which respondents have given. It is unethical. Don't manipulate the data. There are people who manipulate the data, which I will never recommend. Let your sample size be as low as 200, 150, 160. Okay. There are statistical tools available. You can bootstrap and you can produce the results. Don't manipulate the data. First of all, when somebody has not responded it, who are you to give it 0? Anna, Southern, you should not do that. You should not do that. Rather, replace it
But
with
sir, in time series data,
time series
data, sir, sometimes we have to fill their data or the dummy cells by the previous year or the previous day data. So there is I found a NAs in my data. So I just want to replace it 0 or the mean of the previous data.
Okay.
So how could we remove?
See, dummy.
Yes, sir,
Again. See, Southern. As far as dummy variables are concerned, dummy variables like gender, designation, there you can't replace it by mean. It will be wrong. And there you also can't. Let's say for female you have used 0, for male you have used 1. Now, if somebody has not quoted or not responded about his or her gender, I think then you need to remove that data. You need to remove that data from your analysis, because you are nobody to speculate about somebody's gender, because the probability of you speculating whether a person is male is female is only 50%. So 50% times you can be right, 50% time you would be wrong. But again, go back to the literature. But I would suggest for dummy variables, you can never use mean. Secondly, don't force gender on the respondent if you don't know. Third, check for literature how missing data is taken care of when dummy variables are there. Just check it from the web. Of course, there will be research papers on this. You should go and read it and then cite it. 3 answers.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
stop. I'll stop sharing and then you can talk to me. Hello. How? Maliha, Jhumki. Yes. Now we started with 30. Now we are 14.
Sir, by the way, my name is Sumbul, not Sadan.
Whose name? My name? Sadan. Acha.
Sumbul, sir. Sadan, yes, sir. But Sadan is my nephew name, so I just connect his laptop, so that's why.
That's one thing. See, you have an option to rename yourself. Like if you name yourself.
Yes, sir. I will rename my name tomorrow, yes, sir.
It sounds very rude on my part if I don't call you by your right name. And a teacher should always remember his or her. I'm not a teacher, first of all. I'm just a researcher like you. And in fact, we are fellow researchers and we should identify each other by our first name.
Yes, sir, you are a mentor for us, sir. It's highly obliged to learn by you, sir.
Chalo, thank you. Stay connected. And anybody else who has any query? We'll take up queries now. Okay. So what we'll do is that we'll wind up quickly. Okay. So again, tomorrow we'll connect at 5:30, and tomorrow we'll do some advanced analysis. Let me assume that you people are seasoned researchers, and that you are, from the questions that you are asking, it's very food for thought for me also. For me. Yes. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I just want to ask. So my name is Durgesh Sharma. It's nice to connect with you again. So I just want to ask. I have never used R. I've recently joined a consulting firm जो कि monitoring और evaluation पे काम करती है, and I work as a research associate there. And we conduct a lot of baseline study, monitoring studies for NGOs. And we get a lot of data. So I'm past 3 months I'm working there. So we use Excel. So I know how to handle data in Excel, but I wanted to learn R, and I wanted to use this knowledge for my this professional purpose also. So I don't know about R anything. So आप क्या उस वे में थोड़ा सा इंस्ट्रक्ट अगर थोड़ा कर पाए, मैं मतलब पहला तो ये था मेरे लिए क्वेश्चन, मेरा ये क्वेश्चन, और दूसरा हाउ इट विल बेनिफिट टू मी इन माय प्रोफेशनल गोल आल्सो, ये मैं जानना चाहता था आपसे.
See, first of all, if you have really hands-on practice in R, I'll tell you what is the beauty of R. Where R can outshine Excel like anything. If you know Excel, well and good, no problem. But if you know R can produce results in fraction of seconds. Excel, you have to go and give the command and all. R, simply one command, it breaks data like anything. Excel, I don't know whether Excel can do bootstrapping, but R is capable of bootstrapping it. It will generate subsamples. Let's say you have a data as low as 150. Let's say your study is B2B study. The businesses, you're collecting data from businesses, and there are not much data to validate your findings. What you do, you do bootstrapping. Excel will not do bootstrapping. R will do bootstrapping. It will generate subsamples, 5,000 subsamples, 10,000 subsamples within fraction of seconds. If you bring the data in Excel, if you give the right command, it will produce faster results. I was like searching on the web. Now Excel, there is by the way, there is a package called ggplot2. ggplot2. It's very good for visualization, presentation. Awesome. R is like, see, first of all, I'm learning R for past 6 years. I even after at this stage, I can't claim that I know even 10% of R. Though I conduct a lot of workshops, but I don't claim that I even know 10% of R. R is so advanced, so it's coming out with a lot of updates and all. You know, there is one command in R to answer you, admin sir. So there is one command called RCMDR, where you can convert your R into SPSS. R becomes SPSS, almost SPSS. There is a command, R will suddenly, it will take the shape of almost SPSS, R commander. I was so amazed when I saw it first time. I think 3 years, one of my professors used R commander. R becomes SPSS. Suddenly type a command, R will become SPSS. So R is so robust. For data science, R is number one, sir. Good that you are learning Excel. Learn R also, so that sometimes you code and write. But see, again, to first of all, be a connoisseur of R. If you read my description in the flyer I have mentioned, I am a connoisseur of R. I am a lover of R. So if you love something, you will explore automatically. I'll tell you, friends, I just come from a humble background, and I was a professor, left my job, and now I'm a freelancer. I do consulting and all, and even sir was talking about baseline surveys, training need analysis. This is some of the area which I'm also focusing on. But after learning R, I get a lot of respect across this country. Wherever I go, people take me as an intelligent person. He knows R. Getting, so it gives you respect also. Plus, it will fasten your work. It will fasten your work. And provided you should love it and you should stick to it. And you should write your codes. You should understand analysis. You should understand syntax. Then R, once you develop even a 10 or 20% command over R, sir, your analysis will become much faster. Your training need analysis surveys or baseline surveys, whatever that you conduct, sir, it will become very, very fast. In fact, Excel still maybe, I have not explored Excel because now people talk about that Excel has become more advanced, but I have never used Excel to that extent. But R, I'll tell you, it's a magic. The more you delve, the better you understand. So yeah, okay. So this is from my side. So tomorrow, please connect. Tomorrow will not take any all this ratio data or interval data. Tomorrow we'll work with Likert scale data, Likert scale, because Likert scale is something that we Likert scale we generate data using Likert scale. So how to analyze a Likert scale data? So we'll cover that, and maybe if time permits in future, we'll take a workshop on structure equation modeling, a very advanced level modeling. But again, I normally do with cross sectional data. I'm not that great in time series or panel data, but yes, in times to come, I will definitely learn time series and panel also. But as of now, my area of expertise lies in cross-sectional data. Okay, so I hope I've answered all your queries and hope to see you tomorrow. Any queries, one or two, I'm ready to take it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, chalo.
So, hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, I don't have any query, but I just had one request. कि I don't have an use R, मतलब मैंने use ही नहीं किया है. So when you are instructing and when you are teaching us R, तो अगर आप थोड़ा सा उसको simpler way में अगर लेके जाए, how should we import data and what are the four or five things process we need to follow. थोड़ा सा अगर आप इस वे में अगर practice हमें करवाने की कोशिश करें, then it will really help us to learn R.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Definitely, I'll try. But tell me one thing. Did you understand? Did you understand what we covered today? I went in a very simpler way. I did not straight
Yes,
away.
sir. The simplest way possible, sir.
I did not taught you straight away describe function. I went by min,
Yes, sir.
max. So I was trying to be as simple as possible, but some of you are very seasoned, so you all came with one command, so I give one command also. But आप मुझे ईमानदारी से बताइए, आपको समझा आज जो मैंने पढ़ाया, आपको समझा आपको आज?
So I really like the way you thought today. You clear the basic concept, you clear the values also, and why to learn R. You focus on that very much, and also you had thought कि क्या क्या function हो सकते हैं that really help us to connect with R. So for me, I have never used R, and I'm really new in this field. So I really want to learn this R from you with next class.
You will definitely learn. You have that inquisitive
Sir,
mindset.
I just want
Yes,
to
sir,
say
Manoj
one
Kumar.
thing.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I was in dilemma whether to shift for the R, and in the beginning you said that you have made people to feel in love with R. Sir, but today, sir, after attending your 4-hour class, sir, I'm sure that now I will work only on R. But at least I'll try to shift within a week, sir. Thank
R
you so
is
much,
just
sir.
a tool. Chalo, thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, Manoj ji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, sir.
we'll meet tomorrow. We'll catch up tomorrow, and give me a time. I'll send you all the recordings. Huh? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
sir.
God bless. God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye. Take care. We'll see tomorrow. We'll meet.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you.